Well, hello there. Oh, there we go. No, what the heck? All right, well, we did have Carter. Not sure where he went. Give us one moment, folks. Yeah, this is how it works. Every dang time. What is this? What are we doing here? That's just how it works. How you
I'm
doing?
still on the call.
I know you're still there. What the hell?
What the heck?
What the heckin'? Oh, there you are. All right, that's weird.
Oh, it's good. We made it.
Hell
we
yeah.
made it. We're live. It's good.
We did it. We here. Yep. Yes, sir. So, welcome to News Dive. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Carter of Locally Sourced.
And we are here today to cover a variety of topics from local and national level politics to the pundit gossip and everyday nonsense. In addition to live streams, both KFTS and locally sourced do other forms of content, including event coverage, interviews, video essays, mini docs, and exposés. So if you want to see more from us, don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button right now. You can find all of our links in the description below. So yeah, today is Thursday, May 7th. How we doing today, everybody?
Well,
good?
you know, it's another day in the paradise of collapsing empire. Let's fucking do it.
Right? Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let me see what we got to get into here. Should we start off? We should probably start off with some local stuff. Let's see here. I think I might have to restore you on this next page over though, so we'll see about that. Let's see.
It's gonna happen.
Oh no, you're there.
Oh.
Look at that.
Dude, we made it. We're gold.
We successfully
we're totally gold.
Transferred
this is great.
From one screen to the next without you disappearing or turning really tall for some reason.
I like this comrade in the chat that's saying Trump supporters. How like, nah, homie.
Nah, man.
Nah, that ain't it. That's not us.
Definitely not.
You came for Trump supporters. You came to the wrong place, homie.
Yeah, that is very true. I like but depending on I guess where you're watching it from, like I like to have all the American flag branding and such because right wingers don't own that. I don't know if everybody knows this, but like patriotism.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're all American, dude.
You don't actually have to support the president to be like this country is actually not so bad if it was working the way it's supposed to.
I mean, like, look, I respect the fact that you tuned in and you just saw two white guys with mustaches and an American flag and immediately assumed that you were watching right-wing content, but we're here to sort of break some norms for you guys.
True.
So you understand.
Yeah. Breaking that glass ceiling just like Hillary would have, just like Kamala would have if they both
you met me at a very Hillary Clinton time of my life.
Yeah, dude, she's so great.
If you've been holding out on that big purchase,
hold on. Okay, so first off, everybody knows we recently had May Day, which is the International Labor Day, the actual Labor Day, not the one
the real
we celebrate
one
here. Should probably get into that a little bit. Man, I think I had it pulled up in a Wikipedia somewhere. But anyway, so
like how they're trying to completely divorce us from the international labor movement because they don't want socialism and Marxism to spread. Is that what we're talking about here?
What? No. What? Couldn't do that. Huh?
What? How could you?
What? But I just thought it was real interesting that on May Day, May 1st, International Labor Day, we have consumer reports from WMUR. What to buy in May? Because as we all know, May, especially May 1st, is the time for buying shit, okay? That's just how it works. Everybody knows. That's just the peak shopping season. It's not the holidays. It's May that you have to buy your big purchases. So let's just see what they have to say about that real quick.
May is your month.
After a slower stretch for sales, spring is now in full swing, and this month there are plenty of ways to save as we celebrate Mother's Day and Memorial Day.
With Mother's Day coming up early in the month, you're going to see a lot of sales on things that might make...
Okay, so it is a holiday season. It's Mother's Day. So we have to buy expensive stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Go buy the newest iPhone, for your mom.
No, dude, just support your local florist. Damn.
No, you gotta go buy an iPhone.
And don't cut the flowers. Give your mom a living plant.
Right.
Yeah,
seriously.
What are you doing?
That's way better. Lasts a lot longer. What else do they got? They want us to
Great gifts for mom. So beauty products, hair products, a new air fryer or new cookware at a really good discount.
Mom might also enjoy some useful and
Wait, hold on. That's some sexist stuff. What is that? All kitchen shit they just listed? Like your mom wants a bunch of pots and pans. She wants some fucking She wants some laundry soap. Maybe she wants some a new ironing board for. Like, all
This
right.
is, dude, we're in the we're in the trad wife era. It's time
Yeah.
to lock in, Kyle. But I mean,
Damn.
like, seriously though, if anybody wants to buy me an air fryer,
Yeah.
you're not gonna see any complaints here.
Right.
I can be a mom too.
Yeah. Hook it up. Those things they like to break, so use it a couple times. Shit, I just dripping the juice of stuff everywhere. It's fucked. But it
Yeah,
looks like they are gonna tell us
the
to buy some
struggle is
Apple.
real.
They're gonna have us buy some Apple stuff.
Stylish tech, so look out for deals on smartwatches. Just be sure it'll pair with her phone since some are designed for iPhones or Androids. Consumer Reports says to also look out for models with strong battery life, an easy-to-read display, and a comfortable band. And
Okay, I'm now convinced that this is just for like people that are 65 plus. This particular video.
Yeah, and like on a 250K annual salary.
Right.
Like I don't, dude.
For people
I
that
don't
don't know
know if
the
you've
difference
seen the
between
cost of
Apple-
electronics. Yeah, like it is, dude. Anything. I don't know if anybody knows we're sort of in the middle of this war with Iran,
Oh,
and
first I'm hearing.
yeah, it's wild. I don't know. It's I know they're not really talking about it in the news much. I totally
Right.
understand, but it's kind of affecting the price of everything.
Yeah, but
Because funnily enough, there's a significant amount of resources that travel through the Strait of Hormuz aside from oil that impact the cost of electronics.
what? Really? No.
Just
Well,
you know,
I think that the
but
main
what do
point-
I know? I'm just some dumb guy in New Hampshire.
Right. You know what? Listen, the main point, I think the main takeaway from all this is that you got to be patriotic and support your country by buying stuff. It's the most important thing you can do. You got to buy stuff. Just do it.
Yeah,
Later in the
exactly,
month,
exactly. You want to show that you're a real American.
Exactly. I don't think we need to see the rest of this. But yeah,
I mean, it's like it's just like they just, the whole thing is like, we want you to buy shit. They're like, well, the American consumer is very resilient.
right.
As in what? Yeah, because
like
we're
you
so
kinda have
addicted
to
to
be.
our treats that we can't help but spend the last few pennies that we have on some sort of gadget so that we don't make our rent and then go homeless. It's like, oh yeah, I'm living out of my car, but damn, I got this sweet Apple Watch.
Yeah, exactly. Like we gotta have our stuff to make like our little treats to make us forget like the rest of just living life and working and everything else is just like a hellscape, It's all good.
Yeah, but it is what it is, like we're
Like,
here for it
fuck,
though.
I can't afford to go out and do anything because everything costs money, but I can at least sit here on my phone and watch other people do stuff. That's cool. Like cool.
You just
I love
gotta
this economy. It's
crank
so
up the
great.
dial on that FOMO.
We don't need no third
Yeah,
spaces.
Yeah, precisely.
What are those? It sounds like some weird kind of
Who
commie
needs a
shit.
park?
Yeah. Parks are for losers and bums, man.
Fucking lives in their green spaces.
Senator Gene
Right. Oh yeah, here's a thing. Apparently
dude, here we go.
apparently it's okay, guys. Jean Shaheen's here to solve all of our problems. She's leading an effort to cap insulin prices with a new bill. And thank God it's, just one singular drug cap, and they're doing trying to do nothing else about any sort of like other healthcare and or drugs. Like the second that the Build Back Better thing was like reduced from like lower the cost of all drugs to like lower the cost of 13 drugs, that's when like this whole fucking thing like went down the toilet with like, it's like, oh, the expectations are that low? Okay, well, how about one? I can try one now. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, and it gives them the illusion that they're like still like providing for you somehow. They're like, well, I did reduce the price of insulin, and there's a lot of Americans that have diabetes. It's like, gee, I wonder why. Like,
Mm,
do you ever consider that our diet is like absolute trash because the only food that we can afford is the food that will give us fucking diabetes? Like, this isn't a
right.
giant feedback loop, and you guys are denying like preventative care that we could probably use to, avoid these situations. Meanwhile, her fucking daughter, just so that everybody understands this, the one that's running for the CD2 seat with their
Mm,
CD1 seat rather, with all of the highest poll performance. Her daughter runs an organization, or at least did for an extended period of time, that basically is like a middleman that goes in between Medicare and hospitals to provide nutritional advice for people. So what we really need, just so we're clear, is we really need that sort of that leech of a third man, that
mm.
the middleman, to extract more Medicare dollars. And
Yeah,
that is what tells you that Stephanie Shaheen is a true champion for the state of New Hampshire.
exactly. You just we have to do what we can to provide more money to private insurance providers, whatever we can do, at all costs. They just don't make enough. If you need
Exactly. And if you
somebody to
don't
get in
believe me,
between you
check
and
her
your doctor,
LinkedIn. Like,
like, come on.
you just it's a Google search away. That's all it
Right.
is, guys. It's just a Google search
I
away. You can
mean,
just find out
listen,
how messed up this all is.
your insurance provider knows much better than you or your doctor what you really need, okay? Like, and if they think that like a procedure or a medication doesn't sound necessary to them, the person on the other end of the phone with no medical degree, then that's just fine. That's how it has to go. But let's see what she's trying to do here, I guess.
Jean Shaheen is leading an effort in Congress trying to keep
Oh shit.
insulin costs
Damn
low.
it.
This morning, the senator hosting a roundtable discussion
What
at
the
St. Anselm College of Nursing. Parts of the discussion focused on how
I
those
see
with
what the
diabetes
issue
have to pay
is.
for medication. Last month, the senator introduced the Bipartisan Insulin Act that would make it more affordable. It would cap costs.
Wait, bipartisan? So who was there Republicans that signed on to this? Or
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, dude, I swear there's never gonna be an end to the amount of times that I say this to people. Everybody loves talking about John Fetterman, right? And look, I get it. I totally get why people love talking about John Fetterman, because he's like the poster boy for like, oh yeah, you get brain damage and it makes you right wing. Like, yeah, sure, okay, I understand. Like he's riding Trump's dick all the time. Dude can't wear anything but a sweatshirt. Okay, fine. Shaheen and Hassan are number 2 and number 3 underneath Fetterman that vote in line with Trump policy.
yeah.
Being bipartisan is like their whole thing.
Mm.
So, and they get no smoke on the national stage. Like, very very occasionally you will see progressive media talk about how they're sort of fucking around,
Mm.
and like there's nowhere near enough smoke for these two senators. Like, and I mean, it's kind of like too late anyways, because Shaheen's retiring,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have Chris
Yeah, it's been a
Pappas, who's
while.
basically like protege idiot volume 2. But yeah, it's gonna be more the exact same shit. And he's gonna do the exact same nonsense. I mean, he's like a former staffer for Gene Shaheen. Like, it's not this isn't this is it's incestuous, as
Yeah.
as a guest that's been on my show has said before, and I think that was a very very wonderful way to put it.
Yeah. It's all very royalty and stuff like the titles get passed down to people that they think are the ones that need to be, the next to get nominated as far as that type of stuff. It seems like with it's like, oh, I'm gonna tell my donors and my supporters to support you so that you will be the next like person in line. You know what I mean? Type deal.
And that's the party that has the name Democrats, as in,
Yeah.
democracy.
Right.
What are we doing? What are we
Mhm.
doing there? That's a funny one.
Yeah, that's a little strange. Let's see. What else we
Cost
got?
to $35 a month for those with insurance and create a pilot program for those who aren't covered. With bipartisan support, the senator says this is the right moment for this bill.
When would be the wrong moment for this bill? like, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I don't think it's time to like fucking like make insulin cheaper. Not at this moment. Not at this point in history. I'm sorry. Like every other time up until now, I
Also,
guess was not the time, but now is the time.
they just said $35 a month, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm sorry. For most people, like, I don't know how many y'all are out in the job market, but like, it is very difficult to convince somebody to pay you $35 an hour. Like, that's not like an easy number to ask for, and that's like too low, right? So basically, what you're saying is one of those hours that you have to work a week, if you're lucky enough to get a full-time job, which people don't like to do because that means they have to offer you health insurance. That means that you're basically sailing, if you got that much, you're sailing an entire hour of work just to pay for that insulin, right? Like,
a lot of the times it'd be
I'm
2
sorry, like
hours.
if you make less than that, yeah, exactly. What I'm saying is like how many people make less than 35 an hour, right? Like that means you're working multiple
Most?
hours just so that you can get a drug that you need to stay alive. What are we doing? What is this? What is this bullshit? I'm sorry, that number's too high. The
Yeah.
answer is free.
Yeah. I mean, like Medicare for all, and until we can get an actual for real universal health care is what I'm saying. Like that's the
And so it's the only answer. Like
Yeah.
people like we're talking about a thing that folks need, right? We're not talking about a thing that people want. This isn't a luxury. It's not like fucking you're getting like Twinkies. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't like your guest home. This is insulin to
like,
stay
yes,
existing.
hey, I need
What the
this
fuck?
to live, you guys. Like, can I get that? Like, well, yeah, if you you know, give me money, then you can live. Like that's such a great system we have worked out. Thanks, guys. And it's not like we don't
So
have
delightful.
the taxes,
Richest nation in the world.
to cover this type of thing. We could just, you know, stop funding the military so much, just letting all that go into a black hole somewhere. The freaking Pentagon has failed audit like the last 7 times in a row. It's like, okay, well,
oh yeah, well
spending $1 billion
we're
a
over
day on the war.
250 billion. 250 billion in 2 months.
Yeah.
That money could have easily covered like a significant portion of people's healthcare. Like all the insulin. You could have covered all the insulin for everybody with that money. Like and had like extra to spare. Like
Yeah.
what are we talking about here? That's
Well, and
nonsense. Like, oh yeah, this is what America first looks like apparently.
And it's not like like the U.S. is the only country in the world that refuses to negotiate on drug prices. So these literal drug dealers get to, you know, set whatever prices they want for stuff, and the U.S. is just like, yeah, sure, why not? So why are we letting them do that? Like, why are we letting them jack the cost up like times 1,000? And it's not like, you know, they'll say like, well, you need to pay for the patent rights and this and that, but it's like, no, on 99% of drugs out there, the patent has been paid for like 1,000,000 times over, because a lot of times these drugs aren't even new things. And a lot of pharmaceutical companies will put out drugs in different forms in order to like redo patents on them as well, and just like change the forms of it. It's just, yeah.
It just reminds me of that joke that Elon Musk like fell flat on his face trying to tell on the Joe Rogan show about the 2 economists walking along.
Oh god.
And they see the piece of shit on the ground. And one economist tells the other economist, "Hey, I'll pay you $100 to eat that piece of poop." And does it. The whole thing happens. They walk along, they see another piece of poop. Situation reverses. He says, "Hey, I'll pay you $100 to eat that piece of poop." So the other economist eats that piece of poop. And he says, "Wait a minute. you just gave me that $100 back, and we both ate shit. And the other economist goes, ah, yes, but we raised the GDP by $200.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. What and that like is, and no, I'm not gonna pull the no, but we don't have any more money because
Yeah.
Elon Musk can't fucking speak like a normal human being because he's a broken creature.
A little bit. That's all right. He has let that sink in. He's doing fine over there in Twitter X headquarters. Definitely not running around chewing on the wires, yeah, freaking out on ketamine. I'm sure. NH Proletariat, what's up?
Dude, how are you gonna pay somebody that much money to sit around on fucking drugs and tweet all day? Like, what are we?
Yeah, it's fucking
like,
wild.
what is this?
It's like
What the
it's kind
fuck
of
is
crazy
this?
how much him and the president have in common. Except like I don't know. They must be both like speedballing nonstop because they're always like just
Well, Trump
nonstop.
hates drugs, weirdly.
I don't think he does. I think
He
I think he's on uppers.
I mean,
I
like,
think that's why
look,
he's up
like,
all night
there's no
and
doubt
sleeping
that
all
he's
day.
getting like. No, I mean, with the amount of like medical problems that he has, I would not be surprised if that's absolutely true. I know he doesn't drink. He's like
Yeah.
very much so
Yeah, no, I believe
anti-drinking, which
that
is
part.
hilarious because he's surrounded himself with like a bunch of alcoholics. But like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, he probably has that weird like mental dissonance where it's like, well, yeah, a doctor prescribed it to me, so it's not drugs.
Right.
Like, you
They
know what I mean?
replaced.
Like, it's fine because a doctor said it's okay.
Yeah.
And like, I would encourage
I
him
don't
to come
know.
to New Hampshire and
He,
ask about Purdue Pharma and the amount of fucking people that died over opiate addictions because
yeah, I don't.
the Democratic candidate for governor decided it was a good idea to lobby for them.
I don't know if he does
Yeah, that's good stuff.
disagree with drugs and drug. I think I don't know, man. He's like a product of 80s like Wall Street era shit, dude. Like I don't know. You think he got by not doing a bunch of coke like all those years? I don't know because I know he doesn't drink for kind of for certain just because like his story of like his brother like drank himself to death or something like that.
Right.
I think there was that, but I don't know. I
Right.
like
Right. He's very much so.
I've seen a lot of stuff like that leads me to go in the direction of he's on fucking drugs for sure. Just because like there was that report of like
Oh, I mean,
the
at this
White House
point,
doctors like giving away like drugs like like fucking candy. It's good stuff. And we
that doesn't
replaced
surprise me at all.
DEI with DUI, folks. It's all fine. Don't worry about it.
And meanwhile, Kash Patel's so blackout drunk that the feds have to use a fucking battering ram to break his door down because he won't
that was
wake up.
crazy. Like, what? I want to see like the body cam footage of that. Just see him
Dude,
waking
leak
up.
it, please let me watch that. Like, dude, bring that's the kind of thing that would bring so much joy to my life in this
Right.
moment of like utter collapse. Like, oh god, I need that in my life so bad.
For real. What other New Hampshire news we got? Let's see. We got a bunch more stuff.
Yeah, let's get into the local shit.
We got bill would forbid New Hampshire towns from enacting regulations specific to data centers, which is super awesome because we all know how good data centers are for local communities that they put them in. So let's see here.
Wouldn't that be like, isn't that exactly what they constantly want though? They're like always downshifting shit onto towns.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh yeah, the state's not responsible for anything. It's always up to the towns to deal with education.
Right.
But data centers, on the other hand, no. You don't get to have any say in that.
Yeah,
What,
that seems to
what,
be the
what
thing.
kind of fucking nonsense is that?
It's pass the buck on down until it's like an issue that you specifically yourself care about as like a politician, and then it's like, well, no, this is how I think it should be for the whole state, actually. And it's like, well, then what? Like, hold on. So you're kicking the can down the road, like Aot with when she was trying to say that, oh, I think we should let the town of Merrimack decide if they want an ice facility built here, even though she was already going ahead and like starting that anyway. Like, but you know, when they were found out, she's all like, "Oh, you know, I think the town should decide." And it's like, maybe let the town know ahead of time then before you start it. I don't know.
Dude, yeah,
Like,
I don't know. It's just like the breakdown doesn't really make sense to me, and unfortunately, like pointing out hypocrisy doesn't actually like appeal to anybody. You can't like I can point to like that stuff to people, and they'll still be like, yeah, but like AI said, "Fuck you," when Maura Healey said, more like "live free or dumb." Yeah, it's
yeah,
like, dude,
it's
you
like
just
so many
fucking
people just live
come,
off of like catchphrases and like who owned who and shit. It's just so fucking ridiculous. It's like do you people care about your
like
own
I'm just like,
life? Like,
dude,
are you just trying to you're living to own the libs and that's it? Like, you don't want something better for yourself?
like guys, you know what you need to do is like there's wherever you are, if you're one of these hogs that's watching, wherever you are, there's probably a bathroom. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into the bathroom. I want you to pull your pants down, take your panties off, untwist them, and then put them back on and come back out and talk to us like normal adults. That's where we need to be at, because I can't have this stuff. You know what I mean? Like we gotta fucking communicate like real cognizant adults.
Right. Like, I don't yeah. Yeah, no, you pretty much nailed it there. So according to this here article, this is from the Bulletin. Yeah, New Hampshire Bulletin. Opposition to data centers is becoming increasingly bipartisan in states across the wait. Okay, already. Like, what is that? Okay,
Buddy,
okay.
that's an 80-20
Opposition is
issue. Come
becoming
on. Like
okay. Yeah, like that's because when they're not doing it before. They're just doing it and not asking people's permission. That's the thing. Like they're just building them. Like the
well,
there you go.
I mean, this tracks for the state house though, right? Because like they don't like the people go out, they'll testify for bills like the against or for or whatever, right? Like usually it's like against whatever the the 100 fucking free staters that are like or free state adjacent, because they love to like not label themselves as free staters and then tell people, well, I'm not a free stater, and yet
Right.
they still get the fucking New Hampshire Liberty Alliance golden rule sheet and vote right in line with it.
Hmm.
So like I don't want to hear that you don't personally identify as a free stater. You're fucking voting with them, so you might as well be. Like, to the rest of us, it's de facto, and I don't give a shit about your little paltry like semantic debate.
Right.
um so these fucking idiots hit this situation, and then like they when people go up to testify, you'll have like, I don't know, a shit ton of people being like, hey, I don't fucking want you guys to do this, or like, hey, this program would really fucking help us, and they're usually like, fuck the public.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, why would we listen to you guys? Like, they usually just sit there with the fuck, like they're like getting the Forrest Whitaker eye, listening to the fucking testimony, and then just dip out, and it's like they're not getting paid anything. You know what I mean? So for them, it's just like nap time.
Mm-hmm. So fuck, what was it? So the House Committee on Municipal and County Government split on party lines in their vote on a bill that would set guidelines for how towns can regulate data center development. The committee's Republican majority voted to recommend an amended version of Senate Bill 439 that would prevent towns from regulating data centers in a manner, quote, more restrictive than other uses allowed in the same district. What are those other uses, I wonder? Like, as in just zoning? More restrictive than other uses. Okay, well,
Yeah, because zoning isn't already incredibly restrictive in New Hampshire. What are we fucking talking about?
this bill authorizes
What do they
municipalities
what
to
do they mean
regulate
by
data
that?
centers
Yeah.
and act relative to municipal data center zoning. New subdivision data centers, amend RSA 674 by inserting after section 80 the following new subdivision. Okay, so this is a carve out from this law that says Bill authorizes municipalities to regulate data centers in commercial and industrial zones. Okay. But the amendment in this would do the opposite, looks like. Okay, following new subdivision, data centers. Definition in this subdivision, data center means a facility used primarily for storage, processing, management, and transmission of digital data. Data center does not include a facility that does not exceed 25% of the gross floor area of all on-site buildings. It is used to serve the enterprise functions of the on-site property owner and is not used to lease data centers to third parties. So I bet, what the hell? Oh, this is the whole thing right here. Data centers are allowed within zoning districts designated for commercial or industrial use and subject to provisions of local land use regulations. Rulemaking, the planning board, with the approval of local legislative body, may adopt regulations as necessary. So what the hell does this even do? I'm kind of confused here. Is it just to say that they're allowed within zoning districts for commercial and industrial use?
They're amending Senate Bill 439, huh? It would prevent towns from. Oh, I see. I think I understand.
So, quote here from Republican Diane Power: "A data center is an enterprise, and it shouldn't be treated any differently than any other type of enterprise that seeks to do business here." Yes, it really should. Like, it kind of is an insane amount of pollution and just eating up of the power grid that you're looking at here.
Oh, but see, their logic is like, well, but that's anti-free market,
right?
Because if a local community decides that they don't want to have a certain kind of business in their community, then what they're doing is they're preventing the free market from being truly free.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's like
That's I'm willing to bet you that's the logic.
It's like
I'm willing to bet. So it's like, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna force you to accept these businesses. We're going to use authoritarian control to force a free market onto you, which means inherently that it is not free.
Don't you feel so fucking free when they do that? Feeling so
yeah,
free.
You guys are really making me feel free by not letting me say no to something.
Yeah, definitely. we love that, how Republicans work with that. Senate Bill 439 from Prime sponsor Senator Deborah Altschiller, a Stratum Democrat, originally sought to establish statewide requirements for data center development. As introduced, it would have limited data centers to commercial and industrial zones, established requirements such as setbacks and noise pollution limits, and enabled towns to regulate data centers further from their own local zoning rules. Yeah, so they want these to be able to be like built in the middle of a city, basically, is what.
Oh, so I see what they're doing. They're
because
basically
they
saying
want to
like,
get rid
oh,
of
like,
this. They want to get rid of these zoning rules that they had.
Yeah, so what they're trying to do is they're trying to basically like so this basically, like, if you've read like town code, right? Like a lot of town zoning code will do like all this stuff when they talk about like the zoning permissions in terms of like front side setbacks and like, where you can put certain types of things, like what districts you can put them in, right? And usually that's up to the towns to decide. Typically there's no like state like issue zoning code. But what they're doing here is that they're writing an amendment within the within RSA what is it? Yeah, 674 where they're basically trying to say like, we're going to actually write state level zoning code which overrides your local zoning code. So
Yeah,
that's
fucking
like
wild.
how Yeah, it forces the towns to basically adhere to it because you can't necessarily override the state, like the pre-existing code. When something's not mentioned, it doesn't like it basically means like it's free, it's like it's fair game. You know what I mean? Like, so if there's no prescription for zoning code, then it's like it's open to interpretation for each of the towns to decide how they want to zone their town. Um,
Yeah,
but
so it looks
when
like
you have a directive from the state level on the zoning code, then it basically just means like, no, you have to default to this. You can't like the town can't basically override the state zoning code. And a lot of times what happens is towns will just adopt whatever
shit.
is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What the hell happened to TikTok over here? Oh, I see what the problem is. There we go. Oh no, I broke it again. Oh, are we back?
I'm back. We're good.
All right. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. So I just can't look over here. I see. I gotcha. Damn, I have a weird streamy setup here. But yeah, this is pretty not good, I'd say. Because yeah, they had all these requirements in the bill, but yeah, now they're taking them all out. It seems it definitely looks like after a Senate amendment removed many of these requirements in January. Altschiller said the bill has become a shell and asked the House Committee on the Municipal and County Government to restore its original provisions during a hearing in April. She said that data centers were among the most disruptive forms of development in the U.S., citing environmental impacts, high power use, and noise pollution. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that's the most fucked up is that like it's like look, like you don't in this scenario, like obviously it would be delightful to just say like ban data centers in the state. Like totally. I'm right on board with that. But at the very least, don't force towns to if you're not going to ban them outright, then at least give localities the permission to say we don't want that shit here, which like towns do anyways all the time. There's
Right.
plenty of towns that like completely restrict like the ability to do stuff like that. Like look, I grew up in Peterborough, okay?
Mm,
The whole time I was growing up, there was a specific carve out in the zoning code that basically said you couldn't have a drive
no
through
drive-throughs, right?
because the
Yeah.
whole thing was like they didn't want to turn it into like Amherst. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Um and yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh my
And
God,
like so
not
and
Amherst.
people got pissed about it. Like so mad. And it took so long. It took so long for a Dunkin' to come into town.
Oh yeah,
And
the old
they
bank.
don't there's still no drive-throughs. It's still that law still exists.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I was like in high school that we had a Dunkin' Donuts in town. And that was like the very first like bit of sort of like corporate franchises that we're able to set up. But the whole idea was like we want to keep like we want to emphasize small businesses. And that was like a choice that the town was able to make, like it or hate it.
Yeah.
It was a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely better than taking away the fucking entire town's ability to to vote on things like that.
Right, like look, like I am a strong advocate of letting a town vote to shoot itself in the foot if they want to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if people want to be stupid and screw themselves over, like by all means, go for it. You know what I mean? Like that is your choice. Um, but don't force them to get screwed over by somebody else just because like you disagree with their particular take. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's I mean that's like the fucking the libertarian part of my brain, you know what I mean? Like that's where I'm like, yeah, like if somebody wants to like totally fucking like eat shit or like
Right.
be a a jackass
Yeah, you're
character,
lost,
like
man.
that's their
Whatever.
choice, man. Like that you just I just hope we have universal health care so that when they get hurt as hell doing some dumb stunt, they can at least go to the hospital and get covered without like
Yeah.
being destroyed financially for the rest of their life. Like, but yeah, let people be
Exactly.
stupid, dude. That's fine.
But like, just can we not be stupid for other people? Like, let them let other
Right.
It's not-
Right.
Like, what the
Right.
fuck? We'll move on to that. Oh, so the ending of that. Ultimately, the committee voted 11-9 to recommend the amended bill for passage. It will be debated on the floor of the House in coming weeks. So yeah. Oh boy. All right, moving on.
I mean, let's hope those free staters come in and they're like, no, you can't use big government to tell our
Yeah.
people what to do with their land.
Yeah,
Like
but they like
that, I mean,
AI, so it's fine.
I'm not holding my breath, but
They're fans of AI and Elon though, so it's fine. That's what makes that okay.
dude, those guys share so much AI content. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow. Because they can't, dude, the right can't art. Like, I don't know if we're like if we ever like addressed this fully, but like the right
I don't think
does
so.
not and cannot do art. They can't. They're terrible at it. Like some of them are like technically talented, and when I say technically, I don't mean like
Like, oh, you can
provisionally.
draw
I mean
good.
like they have like the skill to do it, but
Yeah.
like their ability to actually like be funny or creative is non-existent.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm. So more fun news from from the Republicans around these parts. This is from NPR.
Oh yeah, dude, this shit.
Yeah. How a Republican state lawmaker tried to let Holocaust deniers hijack history lessons. Awesome. Wonderful. Great. Sounds like a great guy. That sure is the Holocaust Museum. Yep. In January, in a drab committee room of the New Hampshire State Legislature. Okay, all right. With the a Republican state lawmaker teamed up with a German Holocaust denier to propose that the state's public schools incorporate a conspiracy theory when developing their lessons plans, namely that the Nazis' murder of 6 million Jews during the Holocaust was a hoax. So this guy brought over a whole ass like foreign like German Holocaust denier to do that. We don't have enough of those.
Yeah,
Like,
a guy who was
homegrowns.
literally in German prison because it's illegal to deny the Holocaust
Yeah.
in Germany. Like he served time in Germany for this.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Though their effort failed, whew, Jesus, had me worried there for a second. Article. The incident was just the latest example of anti-Semitic extremism creeping further into the American political mainstream to the point that prominent conservative voices have warned of a cancer destroying the pro-Trump MAGA movement from within. And in a sign of just how normalized these incidents of anti-Jewish bigotry have become, the state lawmaker responsible for the effort, Rep. Matt Sanborn. I'm not trying to pronounce that.
Saborn de Chouanier.
Okay, thanks.
That's how you pronounce his name. Saborn de Chouanier.
Damn. Okay. Appears to have faced no consequences and minimal backlash from Republican leadership in New Hampshire. Wow, that's such a big surprise. I can't believe that they faced no backlash from Republican
Because
leadership.
we didn't just go through the whole thing with Travis Corcoran. Like,
yeah, that didn't just happen.
Bro sitting in the hearing with the little
I didn't do nothing wrong.
It says
I didn't do
kangaroo
it.
court at the top.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm leaving. That
Takes
was
no
that
questions,
fucking hearing.
dips out.
He's just like, literally.
Dude, oh my god. And they call us snowflakes. Like, dude, sack up. Like,
Come
everybody's
on,
mad at
comedy
you.
is
Stand there
legal,
and
you
take it like a
guys.
man.
Like, what the fuck,
God.
dude? So ridiculous. So the proposal has not been widely reported until now. Yeah. Okay. It's extremely concerning, said Deborah Lipstadt, a expert. Lipstadt. An expert. See, I learned names phonetically. I cannot read them and fucking pronounce it whatsoever. An expert on Holocaust.
Yeah,
denial.
it's tricky.
Yeah, I don't want to try and just completely fucking get it wrong, you know. Who served?
I took a couple years of German, so like I learned.
Oh,
I
that'll
did
help.
sort of like
So
I learned
you
a
know
little
where
bit of
the
it,
where
you know what I
the
mean? And like
syllables go and what those mean in relation to the translation of
yeah,
the language. That's like when you're first learning
right,
Spanish and
yeah.
you learn that two L's is a Y sound. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like,
so funny. My grandma used to
oh,
spend a bunch of time in
okay, that makes a
my
lot
grandma
more
spent a bunch of time in
sense.
Puerto Rico. She would always call llamas llamas, and I thought that was amazing.
Okay, yeah, no, that
I
makes sense.
loved it. It was so good.
Like what? That's what it says. Those are llamas.
Right, exactly. It's probably more correct, honestly.
Right.
Like,
No, seriously, we're just like, nah, we're Americans. We know how to say things. What are you talking about? I'm gonna say it however the hell I want, and that's right.
confidently
That's
incorrect.
right. Exactly. Like your name ain't that, it's this. Over here in America, buddy. Oh my god. A new investigation of NPR's Consider This tracks down the key players, digs into their backgrounds, going back to the 90s, and uncovers a surprising criminal case involving a Holocaust denier and a suspicious bottle of baby oil. Did we get Diddy in on
Yeah.
this as well? What's this is like an all-in-one story?
Little hint of Diddy there.
Jesus Christ.
Little hint of Diddy.
Like this sounds like a beginning of a joke. Like what do you get when you cross the 90s, a Holocaust denier, and a suspicious bottle of baby oil? Like what?
I
Like,
love this impulse they have. They're like, you know what we need to do? We need to appoint a guy on a committee related to education that
oh
was
my
caught with
god.
his pants off at a playground in the middle of the night carrying baby oil, and then also was in trouble for trespassing on public school grounds on more than one occasion.
Ew.
Great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
lovely way to approach things that we're doing here. This is super smart.
Yeah, definitely good. Definitely good stuff. Well, apparently they ignored multiple phone calls and emails requesting comment. NPR approached him at the state capitol to request an interview. Actually, I don't have the time, he said, before turning around and abruptly leaving the building. Yes. Actually, I gotta be, I gotta. He later wrote in an email that he stood by his proposal, saying, "My position is not hatred." Okay. On April 14th, on Holocaust Remembrance Day, he posted a photo of himself presenting the amendment on Facebook. He added the caption, "Ahead of our time." I don't. Ahead of our time? I don't know about that. I don't know. What? Okay.
What are we talking
I don't.
about here,
Does he
dude?
think like
What is this?
the Fourth Reich incoming? Is that what he thinks is happening? Like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean ahead of your time?
I don't like. These are the guys that say like return spelled with a V because they're so obsessed with like Roman aesthetics.
Oh my god!
Like
Like, what are you guys?
you got to
Fucking
pick a
black
lane,
metal
dude. Either
band?
you go
Like, what is
back
this?
or you like what are, like yes, the way forward is because time is a loop. What kind of
Yeah, like
insanity is this?
we must move forward by returning to our roots of racism and imperialism. More of that, please. Come on.
Like motherfucker, scientists will
Like
tell
they
you
want a
that
king
time is
so
not a
bad,
dimension,
but
it is a direction, and it only moves one way. Like we are three-dimensional beings. We do not have the capacity to interact with the direction of like matter and space and energy. Like this doesn't this like what the fuck? Like only in our pea brain heads would we be able to conceive of a way that like going back is somehow going forward. Like, dude, we are just monkeys. What are we doing? Like,
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. Okay. So now, yep, they're getting into this thing you're alluding to earlier. Well, you kind of just told it, but that's all right. What a Holocaust
I'm
denier,
sorry,
an
I'm jumping ahead.
international criminal
I'm getting too
record,
ahead of myself.
and A suspicious bottle of baby oil. What about the bottle of baby oil was suspicious by like was the bottle the thing that was suspicious or was it where it was at the time and who it was located on, you know? Like
I mean, like, look, if you ask me, it's probably like it from like a journalist perspective, to be able to drop the words baby oil
yeah.
is like
Throw that in the
such a
hashtag.
it is like you know deep down that article is going to get more clicks because of the whole Diddy thing,
Yeah, because of the
right?
baby
Like
oil.
you
For
know
sure.
it, so you're like,
They,
we
like, put
have
the
to make sure
words
that we put this in bold 3 points higher in
Yeah. They're like
in
throw in the
text
word
size.
criminal, throw in the words baby oil, throw in Holocaust. We're good. All right.
Bang, mad hits. That's getting
Bam.
us dope ad revenue. Let's go.
Yes. Let's see here. Rudolph, NPR fan. Of course, he's a Dolph. No, has a criminal record, not just in Germany, where Holocaust denial is illegal, but also in the U.S. for reasons that have nothing to do with his activism. So that's this guy right here. Yep. So what? Like, why is he
Yeah,
presenting
Guillermo
testimony
Rudolph.
in fucking New Hampshire? Like this like foreign dude. Like, is he a fucking citizen, or did he just come here to present this?
Because
Like, oh, by the way, the Holocaust is bullshit.
because he's German, so he can't go to Israel. So he comes to New Hampshire instead because we're like number 2 on the fucking pedophile like
Oh
protection
yeah,
racket.
that is true. I mean, yeah, Ghislaine was found here. That does make sense.
Fucking Bradford, dude.
Yep. In 2020, Rudolph was convicted. Oh my god. They should have like retired this name when they made the fucking reindeer movie. I can't take Rudolph seriously, man. Was convicted of open lewdness and indecent exposure in Pennsylvania after a police officer found him naked from the waist down at a children's playground around 4 a.m. Whoa. Okay. Local law enforcement was familiar with Rudolph. Okay, wait, so they were familiar with him already because police had already encountered him swimming nude in a nearby river. Oh man, I don't know. This might just be a case of like, oh, he's just one of those crazy Europeans that just like doesn't mind getting naked
No, but
everywhere.
you gotta
know?
you gotta keep going though, because we're not even at the best
Okay.
part. You're not even
Okay.
you didn't even make it
Like,
to
why was
his
he in the
absurd
playground?
rebuttal.
First of all, like at least it was 4 a.m, so there's less of a chance of a bunch of kids being there. But all right. Let's see here. Rudolph insisted that he was not naked at the playground, just wearing what he called skimpy tiger print shorts to exercise. So,
Bro, what do you need the baby oil for though?
Wait. So was he?
Tell me what exercises, dude. I go to the gym. I never need baby oil to go to the gym. You don't want to slick yourself up before exercise.
Like, oh
You
yeah,
want
let me.
chalk so that you
All
can
right, but
grip
before
better.
I lift
What the
these
fuck?
weights, hold on.
Yeah. What I really want to do is slather myself in baby oil so I
Yeah.
drop this giant Olympic bar with like 4 plates on it onto my fucking toes. Yeah, come on, dude, get out of here. Like
For exercise. Also, did they not catch him naked? Because why did he get the chance to say he wasn't naked? That's weird. Okay. He describes himself as an active triathlete and has written about receiving workout tips from David Duke, the former Ku Klux Klan leader. What? Is
that's not a
David
red
Duke
flag or
known for
anything.
being fucking like fit? Like what?
I mean, he is a little bit like yacked. Like he's
The
not,
Ku Klux
I mean,
workout. Order now, y'all.
aging out of
Like,
it now, but
what the fuck? Like that's weird.
those Nazis really
That's
love their
weird, man.
Hollywood muscles.
That's so fucking weird. After stopping Rudolph, the police officer questioned him about one of the belongings he brought with him, a bottle of baby oil. Rudolph claimed that he has used baby oil as a go-to lotion and lubricant to soothe his dry skin from workouts. What?
Yeah, man, I just slather that on the inside
Oil?
of my thighs before I go running, and it cuts
I've
down
heard
on the
of.
chafing. That's I guess
Oh,
that's his
Jesus.
logic.
Hold on a sec. Okay. All right. Okay. TikTok's mad at me that I'm not clicking on its screen. Hold on. Jesus Christ. That was annoying. It was like a
TikTok will
fucking.
get mad at you for like fucking anything, dude.
Seriously. That was like an alarm clock. I was like, what is this? I didn't set this fucking timer. What is it? Yeah, it's because.
Like, you're holding a vape. It's time to put you on
Like,
probation.
excuse me. Your video has been fucking de-algorithmized.
Actually.
Oh, that's fucking crazy. Like, I've heard of baby powder or like fucking regular lotion for the dry skin from workouts, but I don't know about fucking oil, man. I don't like. That's a little sus. Besides the whole hanging with the KKK, fucking former leader, I should say. Ooh, wouldn't want to disparage David Duke now, you know. The jury at his trial did not buy his explanations and found him guilty. Yeah, I probably would too. Rudolph lost a subsequent appeal, and was sentenced to probation in 2022. He was again charged with trespassing on school grounds and disorderly conduct. Okay, so twice being caught on school grounds. Nope, throw him out. He later pleaded guilty to resolve these charges. Okay. Is that why he pleaded guilty? It was just to resolve the charges? Or was it because they caught him? Rudolph's criminal record could complicate his immigration status in the U.S. That's another thing. The fuck? Like we're throwing out like we're going after Mexicans and Venezuelans. They're all criminals. They're all rapists. Meanwhile, we have this fucking German guy here, fucking running around the fucking school grounds naked and fucking like what? Wait, what? This guy is still here though? The fuck?
Yeah, but brother, like, where's my Family Guy meme with the like the skin color
Yeah,
thing,
the
you know
skin
what I mean?
chart.
Like,
The
like he's just
you
not brown
are
enough. Like, that's the problem. He's just
here.
not. Yeah. Okay, not okay.
Yeah. Like,
He's too light
Jesus
skinned
Christ.
for it. So it's yeah.
Yeah, no, Nazis, those are cool. We don't want any poor fucking immigrant families that are, you know, just trying to make a goddamn living here. Can't have them here. Like, holy shit, that's fucking nuts. Woo! Yeah, okay. So he became a lawful permanent resident in part because of his marriage to an American woman, but the relationship ended in divorce. So,
Why am I
how
not
does that?
surprised?
How do the rules there like work with that? Do you be so like as a permanent resident, you get to stay as a permanent resident even if you're no longer married? Like I'm assuming.
You still have to go through all the hoops. You still have to do like the citizenship test, and you have to do all this stuff. Like, it's not that
Not like,
simple.
oh, you
And
got a free
honestly, he
pass,
should
you're
have
in.
his
Whoa.
citizenship revoked if he's fucking not married to her anymore. Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
like what?
That's it. It just feels like you're overstaying your visa at that point. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, dude, get a job.
Like what the? Apparently
You
his
gotta-
job
you
is
gotta
to
reapply.
deny the Holocaust and you know to do workouts in children's playgrounds. You know what's the big deal? The guy's got hobbies.
Clearly, and I mean, like, you know, pedophile state. We gotta let the, you know, we're competing with Israel for the amount of pedophiles that we harbor. You gotta always gotta keep that in mind. But the problem is
They're
he's
gonna
a
start
Holocaust
deporting.
denier, so they're not gonna let him in over there.
They're gonna
So we
start
gotta
deporting
find a
the
way.
Jan Sixers to New Hampshire, man.
The irony being that Zionism relies on anti-Semitism in order to exist, because without their boogeyman, then they can't constantly be in conflict that sustains their existence and their right to colonize neighboring territories.
Right.
It's you know, like it's some wild shit.
Yep, good stuff here.
Not to derail, we're talking about we're talking about this guy. Like I'm sorry, that shit
Yeah, no,
drives me
yeah,
nuts, and it's hard to not like spin out on it.
yeah, no, for sure. It's fucking ridiculous. We don't need to be goddamn why are we still in this Israel shit? Like why are we still sending them fucking weapons? Like yeah, that's it's so fucked. And like I yeah. It just sucks that we have to like fight like both sides of like the political, the two-party system to be like, hey, we're not like fucking anti-Semitic. We just don't want the nation state of Israel to slaughter this like ethnic group of people over here, and like both Democrats and Republicans are like, oh, so you hate Jews then? It's like, no, that's not what I said at all. But like, what can we not do that? Can we not fucking like beat the shit out of that straw man over and over again?
Well, I mean, the part of it that's so fucking ironic to me is it's like, dude, I'm anti-Zionist because I care about Jewish people. Like,
Yeah.
because I understand the concept that, like, because Zionism, in order to exist, relies on the concept that without a Jewish homeland, Jews will be genocided, right? Like, that's like the whole point is that, like,
It's just
they'll
a fucking
be
such an
completely
insane
ostracized and
thing to
violently
say.
erased from every society that they're not a majority of, so we need to
Right.
create an ethno state for them.
It's like,
So it's like it is entirely dependent on the notion of anti-Semitism in order to exist. And my point is, I'm like, yeah, but if it relies on anti-Semitism existing in order to perpetuate Zionism, then what you're doing is you're maintaining structures of anti-Semitism globally, right? So that's anti-Jew. And so because I care about Jewish people everywhere in the world and I want them to be integrated fully into every society in the world that they possibly can be, then like it necessitates that I don't want a nation in their name going around and murdering fucking children and literally having like, dude, there's a fucking article that was just confirmed. It had been reported 2 years ago, I think, by Al Jazeera, that they were the people were being I hate saying this, people were being raped by trained dogs
yeah, I
in
fucking
Israeli
saw that.
prisons,
That's
like
insane.
Palestinians. And that's it turns out, after further investigation, that's actually systemic. We're not talking about like a lone wolf one-off case. That's something that
Yeah,
happens with regularity, to a point
fucking,
where they literally
ugh.
train dogs to do this.
Like,
Like,
yeah, like, and
what are
these
we?
over here
I'm
are the
sorry.
rape
What are we talking about?
dogs. Like the fuck? Dude, it's fucking
Yeah,
insane, like
like,
disgusting shit. Literally, like
give me a
a
break.
year or two
Like,
ago, they had
I
that
just like,
trial of the
and
soldiers who fucking raped the Palestinian woman like on camera with soldiers standing in front of them, but you could still see what was happening behind them. And they got a public outcry. They had to fucking arrest those guys. Another public outcry came to fucking free them, and they had a fucking huge protest for them. And they let them all go, and Netanyahu congratulated them. They're like, actually, it is cool that you rape Palestinians as a punishment. Like we're celebrating you guys now. Like what the fuck? It's insane.
yeah, it's just I just like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, I say this stuff because I literally do not want Jewish people to like be on the receiving end of anti-Semitism. Like, that's why I take this position. And it's like it's fucking madness. And then, that article, as it goes on, is like, oh well, fucking Saborn Deschwanair is like basically like on bankroll or support for whatever from AFP and fucking Turning
Ew,
Point. I'm like,
yeah.
okay, cool. So
Mm.
regular roster, like,
Yep.
it's this is the playbook.
Closely
You know what
linked.
I
Oh
mean? And
yeah, here
that's
we go.
those
We're
are
getting
those
to
are the
the Free State part.
Philo-Semites.
There it is. Yep, he was elected to the state legislature in 2024. What? This guy was in the legislature? Sure. What?
Deschwanier. This is the guy who nominated Rudolph. to be on
Okay, I was so confused for a second. I was like, wait, the name's
the
flipped
advisory
around for me.
committee.
But like, what? Closely linked to the state's libertarian Free State movement, he's previously touted endorsements and high marks from prominent conservative groups such as Turning Point Action and state chapters of National Right to Life and Americans for Prosperity. Yeah, AFP seems to be around New England a lot these days. I guess they're everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, they are everywhere. So, I mean, it goes back to like the Koch brothers, right? They're like they had like a very like libertarian upbringing, you know what I mean? Like in like a anarcho-capitalist libertarian kind of way.
Yeah.
So like and you know, billionaire money, they're like fucking loaded. So they just run around and they endorse projects that they believe in. And because Sorens did his shit back in 2001, right before 9/11, that was basically like, oh yeah, we need to get all the libertarians to move to one place because we're fucking miserable and can't succeed anywhere else in the country. Something that they still acknowledge to this day, right? They're like, well, we need to concentrate as many of us as we can in one place that already has laws that are amenable to like our ideology, and which is not consistent even amongst their own ranks, right? Like,
Yeah.
but that's sort of like that's sort of beside the point. Like, they acknowledge that they're literally losers, and the only way that they can win is to go to a tiny place and then flood the zone, and do what they do. So they're just like off on their own little shit, and then you've got organizations like AFP that see what they're doing and they're like, oh wow, they're actually like getting power, we should go and we should sink money into that. They're not necessarily like there's probably coordination on like an individual level in between these people, but like they're not like AFP doesn't own the Free State Project. There's like a weird like illusion that like somehow there's this like cabal of power structure that like AFP manages the Free State Project, and they don't. Like, the Free
Yeah.
State Project is a 501c3. They can't even do political action. Like, they would
Yeah,
lose their
technically.
status.
Right.
So they have to
like, no,
they
we're
have
just
to,
a
like,
think tank,
operate in these
y'all.
really funky ways. Right. Yeah, exactly. Basically.
Like,
and
we
that's
just
why
sit around
things
and
like
have
the New Hampshire
ideas.
Liberty Alliance exist. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, and so they've got sort of like all of these different satellite organizations that surround the Free State Project that sort of like pick up the tab for other things that they have going on. But there's like, it's pretty decentralized, and that's, if anything, that should make people more terrified,
Right.
honestly, because like it's like it would be easy and convenient to say like, oh, this is one big organized effort or whatever, and like liberals love to run that line, but like really the reality is much more terrifying because they're not in perfect concert with each other, and they still manage to pull all this shit. So like that's, you know, and it's like you're not going to fight like one decentralized movement with another centralized one. Look at what's happening in the Middle East right now, right? Like, we have this very concerted top down like network of military bases that spread throughout, have a lot of points of failure. If any of those military bases are like prohibited from use, which I believe is happening like right now, that's like current news with Saudi Arabia. They're like, no, we're not gonna let you guys have access to your
because they
military
wouldn't
bases,
fucking,
which fucks over the US 100%.
well, the U.S. refused to protect them
And then
when, you know, they
meanwhile,
went with Israel to go fucking attack Iran. They were like, well, you know, we don't have the extra
Right.
ammo to send to protect your guys' areas, and now their fucking tourist destination shit's ruined. So they're like, well, I guess if you're not going to
right. And then
protect us, then
meanwhile,
fuck you.
Iran has this incredibly decentralized structure to their government where it's like, oh yeah, you can kill like basically the entire leadership of the country, and we'll still have cells that can bomb the fuck out of every like other like satellite base.
Yeah, because they're sectioned
Like,
off into a
it's
bunch of like
yeah,
independent like leaders for their, as like when it comes to their military, right?
right. So, and that's just sort of like, I only bring this up to point out that like you can't like that centralized movement is very like incapable of combating a decentralized one, because there's no head of the snake to cut off. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you're fighting a hydra.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so really the only actual response to like a decentralized movement that's fucking you up is to respond in kind with an alternate decentralized movement.
Right. It just really fucking sucks though. Like it always seems to be like Republicans always, like no matter what, like they're always on the same page when it comes to like talking points and stuff, but people, anyone slightly to the left, it's like fucking just a huge clusterfuck of like from like Republican light like to down to actual leftists, and there's just like a huge fucking spectrum between like what one person wants versus like the other, like, you know what I mean? Like there's just too much of a huge fucking spectrum, whereas over on the right wing they all like want the same things, like, oh, less taxes, like more for me, less for you, everything, like just whatever. Because like it's just like a
Well, I mean,
whole
like
whole
something
movement
else to give the right
based on
credit for is they'll like,
selfishness.
yeah, but they'll also they like don't purity test each other. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
the other thing is they'll be
They
like, yeah, I
more of like
fucking hate that guy. I
vice,
want to
like
knock his
test
teeth
and
out, but
vice
like we
signal, if
agree on
anything.
like this business thing. Like, yeah, it's madness. So like it's like because they are able to sort of like swallow their pride to a certain extent and be like, yeah, like I'll fight that guy drunk in the parking lot outside the bar, but you know what? Like we'll still vote together on fucking over the poor people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like they can act in concert, whereas like if one leftist even remotely slights another leftist in some sort of personal
Hmm.
high school drama kind of way, all of a sudden it's like we can never work together ever again. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, just suck it up. Like you have bigger problems right now, and like your little paltry offenses are so unimportant. Like and the fact that you didn't learn how to like swallow your pride is what's holding us back.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty fucked up stuff over there. I think we can move on from that there story.
Yes.
Um On to some more wonderful stuff. From research to grading, Keene State wants to put AI to work. So, after we build those data centers wherever the fuck they want to build them, then we can have AI, grading the papers and all that. But it does say they want to put them to
This
work.
is such a good idea.
Yeah, oh, such a good idea. As we all know, AI is perfect, never gets anything wrong. I mean, people aren't perfect, and they don't always get everything right, but they do also have a functioning brain that isn't just like the next word in a sentence for like an autocorrect, like an advanced version of that.
Right.
uh,
Right.
Apparently, Keene State is working on a plan to ensure its students, faculty, and staff can use artificial intelligence competently and responsibly, college officials said Tuesday, adding faculty and staff already use the technology in aspects of their job, but now they're going to be endorsing them doing that. You know, I think that's the difference. First encountered in March as part of the college's 5-year plan, the initiative looks to further integrate the emerging technologies across campus and prepare students for a workforce that many experts say is increasingly relying on AI usage. Now, I don't think it is. Like, I don't think the workforce is relying further on AI. I think they're trying to make
It's kind
people
of
have to do that, but that's not what
it,
like the default is at this point.
it kind of depends on what you're talking about, like what kind of work you're talking about. Like I know people that absolutely do like really like using AI is like a pretty big part of their job. You know what I mean? Like if for no reason other than to save time.
Yeah.
But like the problem
But
becomes if you're not like literate in the way it works and what its problems and pitfalls are,
right.
then you end up just producing slop.
Yeah, I mean,
You know
you
what I
need to have
mean?
a sense
Like,
of media
and
literacy to even start messing with this shit and like, understanding that like, okay, this could all be wrong. Let me check these sources. Like, oh, click on this button where the sources are,
right,
and it's something completely different I didn't ask for. Probably don't use that.
right, exactly. Exactly. You have to be it's like you can use it as a shortcut for certain things, but you always have to be of a mind to like be able to check your work with it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't necessarily do. So they'll let it like be their second brain so that they don't have to retain any fucking
Like,
information,
oh
which
yeah,
is
write this email
pointless and
for me.
stupid. And like right. And so
That's
it's like you have to understand like as and especially because it's different depending on which AI model you're working with, right? Like Claude is gonna have different problems than ChatGPT, which is gonna have different problems than Gemini and so on and so forth. So you have to be able to like differentiate like when you switch in between certain AI clients, like what the weak spot of that particular AI is, depending on what you're doing, and which ones are more geared to certain things. Like Claude is really good at like coding, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Whereas you might
Yeah,
not
that's
want
what
to use Gemini for the same application. You know what I mean? Like Gemini's image generator is a lot more advanced than ChatGPT's image generator. So like a lot of times you get like more out of the generator than you do out of fucking um so, it's like but even then they still fuck up. And like if you keep feeding it the same stuff over and over and over again, it can only work with what it has, right? It doesn't like it's not able to create anything new or
Yeah,
like it
it's not like
it
actually
can't do that. It can
thinking.
only
It's like
reference things.
researching, like, as much as a fucking word search the advanced thing can. Yeah.
Well, and the other thing to consider too is that like the more you run something through it, the worse it gets, right? It's like
Yeah. Anyone that's tried
I
to
guess
make an image
the
and alter
analogy
it
that I would give is
slightly
like
knows about
yeah,
this. It's like, can
yeah,
you just change
like
this
deep
one
fried
thing? And it's just like,
JPEGs, right? Like it's the same thing, and all of a sudden there's like no
it's
more
like, wait,
pixels in the fucking picture, and you're like, what
wait,
the
I
fuck
asked
is
you to
going
do
on?
this
Yeah,
one
exactly.
thing,
This
not
is the
completely make it new. What are you doing?
right. The same thing happens with information and AI, and it's just like so you got to know how to do that. So like look, like if Keene State wants to like actually teach kids how to be literate when it comes to using AI, like yeah, I
Right.
support that. But like just because Pandora like that particular Pandora's box is already open, you're not putting that toothpaste back in the tube. Like we already
Yeah.
broke through this, so we have to figure out how to deal with it now that it's out. And like I'm pretty staunch on the fact that I'm like, look, you should just fucking use antitrust law to break all this shit up, and the government should just own all AI applications, and it should be a public utility. And
Right.
therefore, like we can pass laws that like genuinely restrict it, rather than letting a bunch of like tech brained like bros decide what to do with it, who are just trying to like protect their market cap, you know what I mean? Like or like engage in like stock buybacks or whatever. Like I don't fucking care. Like the country's already fucking three different corporations in a trench coat, so we don't need any more of that. But again, like you can't, the tech is here, you can't be a luddite about it, because it's like, what do you like? That's that in my head. I'm like, yeah, that would be like the same thing as like it's like the left wing version of saying, yeah, we need to go back. You know what I mean? Like, and we've already criticized that point on this within this episode. So it's like, okay, is to maintain consistency. It's like, all right, you have to find a way through this, and doing that sort of like, like, no, we're just going to take use the public power to basically like fully constrain this so that it progresses at a reasonable rate while encouraging literacy in the use of this particular piece of technology. You know what I mean? It's like the same thing as
Right.
fucking teaching kids how to use like
I mean,
home, like the home line on your keyboard, so you can fucking type faster rather than standing there doing the fucking
right.
single finger typing.
I think like
You know what I mean?
like in a larger sense, like the internet should be treated as a public utility. Like there's so much that should be treated as like public utilities that's not, like even down to things that
Yeah.
used to be public utilities, like the PSNH before they sold that to a private company. Like
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
like why what was like how do we have better power now? Do we like why? What was the purpose of that? Do we just the taxes aren't going to subsidize? Like why? Like why is it better when a private company runs something versus the government? Like I don't understand what people's logic is when it
So
comes to that.
their argument is always that like, well, competition drives down prices.
It's like
Like, why don't you fucking ask how that worked out for Spirit?
yeah, until they start buying up and like
Like,
all the other fucking companies and becoming like fucking almost monopolies, but they're not total monopolies. So therefore, you're still fucked. You still have 2 options, 3 options, which is basically a monopoly on
right,
everything.
like the whole thing was like, okay, so like Spirit Airlines, right? They come out, they're like, yeah, we're we're not doing this for you don't have a lot of foot room. You don't have like the single pour Coke on the airplane or whatever, right? Like this is about getting you cheaply from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And so Spirit comes out and they start just like absolutely like wrecking. They're moving mad people all throughout the country. And all of a sudden and they're competing really hard with other airlines.
Yeah.
And what does that do? That forces those airlines to drive down their pricing in order to compete with Spirit. So that in that sense, there was a period of time where it was doing what it was supposed to. The problem then becomes that once those airlines actually outcompete Spirit and do away with that particular market position, it means that Spirit has less money to work with, which means that they're now trying to figure out how to make more money. So what do? They lean into they start doing what ostensibly would have been like if you had that JetBlue merger, right? What they were talking about was they were talking about literally removing seats from the plane so that people would have more foot room. But the problem then becomes, well, if you take seats out of the plane, that means the price of the seats go up.
Price increase.
So you lose the economy option, right? So then and now airlines, the whole thing that they do is that they just lean further and further into the front of the plane. They're like trying to figure out how to
I've seen
bump up like
I saw like
premium costs or whatever. So it just creates a bigger divide.
seen like some crazy mock-ups that like have it being like, oh, we're gonna start doing like double-decker like planes. Like I don't know if it's real or not, but it was like from a year or two ago or something where they're like, oh, we'll just have like people go
They
like
have them
ass
already.
to face, like just like you sit up here and then you'll be down here slightly, and it's like what the like that's crazy, and like I bet they're like how much cheaper could it possibly like be for that? I don't like are they like I don't trust these companies
I think they're just like, you know what? I think they're just like, you know what? Poor people don't fly. You don't get to fly. That's a rich people thing. Only rich people can have airplanes.
Yeah, I mean
Only
at
rich
this
people
point
are allowed to travel.
with the whole FAA situation, like I don't think I'd want to fly like right now, which fucking really sucks. If
There's certainly that too.
it yeah like have they even started to resolve that situation? Because a couple months ago, towards the beginning of the year, that's like all that was in the news. There's plane crashing. They had a hiring freeze, like no new federal employees. Like so, I wonder how that whole
Oh no, well
situation is going.
the air traffic controllers are still fucked. I think they're getting their paychecks right now, but they, like, and this goes back to Reagan
But
fucking
they're
over
not
the air
hiring
traffic
enough
controllers
people.
union. Right, like they basically like really screwed them over. So now most of the air traffic controllers, you don't have enough people sitting at the top of the air traffic control station, and it's like, dude, that's like you're trying to thread like 8 needles that are carrying like 100 people on them is like
fucking
dude, it's
insane.
like,
And they're like, oh,
and
well, the minimum we changed the minimum from 5 people in the tower to like 2 or 3 now, so we fixed the problem, guys. And it's like, what? Like there should be more people in that goddamn tower directing planes where to go than there is like flight attendants and co-pilots on one particular plane. Like I feel like
right. Well, and it's like, dude, like being an air traffic controller is literally one of the most high stress jobs that you can fucking have.
Yeah.
And like, dude, like,
oh, I'm in charge of hundreds of
anybody
lives
out here who's right. Like, I'm sorry, did everybody in here watch season 2 of Breaking Bad? Did we
Yeah.
forget the like just even the slightest fucking personal problem
Mhm.
that one of those people has can result in the deaths of hundreds of people, right?
Yeah.
Like not just of the planes themselves, like having collisions or crashes or whatever, but like if that happens way up in the sky, then you've got debris falling that can land on homes and in
Yep.
like in spaces and kill people. Like what are we talking about
Yeah,
here?
literally
Like
two
that's
planes
something
almost
that
hit
needs
each
to
other on the
be
runway like a
fully
week ago or something. Did you see that?
yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
well, and there was the crash with the helicopter too. Like there's been
Yeah,
like a bunch of different
it's
fucking
like
problems.
right in fucking DC, right? There was a fucking like military helicopter that like was fucking just, or it was
Just
either
hanging
them or
out
the air
directly in the
controller.
path of the
They're like, oh
fucking
yeah, we'll
yeah.
just. And then you got you got fucking goddamn speaking of the military doing shit they're probably not supposed to do, going and flying in goddamn helicopters over to Kid Rock's house just to, get a photo op, I guess. Like, what the hell, dude? What the fuck?
Dude, those
What is this country? Like, hey guys,
that
what's
was such
up?
a stupid
Oh
moment.
my god. Like, what?
Stupid fucking moment. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Hold on. Let's see what their plan is for this
it's just
AI
such a
stuff in
rat's nest of
Keen.
problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get back to that.
Hold on. Let me make sure your audio didn't get changed back. No, it didn't. Okay. I think I fixed it. Yeah, my wife was telling me
We're
there's
Gucci.
like an audio doubling. I think it's because I don't know. Anyway, I fixed it. I think.
We're good.
All right, we're good. We're good. First announced in March as part of the college's 5-year plan, the initiative looks to further integrate the emerging technology across campus. Yeah, okay, we got that. I guess I have to read that. The next sentence makes sense. Initiative looks to further integrate the emerging technology across campus and prepare students for a workforce that many experts say is increasingly relying on AI usage. The numbers agree. Half of all U.S. employees use artificial intelligence in their job, according to workers surveyed in an April 13th Gallup report. Is there really that many jobs that you could use AI in? I was under the impression that
Yeah,
there's
man.
still a shit
Any
ton of
white
like
collar,
physical
any
labor
like
like jobs out there that like, is that way less than what I think it is? Is it, are we all just like fucked if we don't know
you'd
coding?
it's tricky when you're not like it's tricky when you don't see it, right? So like people in marketing use AI like crazy.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, I could see that for
contractors that
sure.
will use AI to create estimates for them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's there's a lot of
But
applications
see,
for it. Like
that's sketchy
that's
too, though.
that's
Like
kind of the
like having AI do anything in regards to math and then sending it out to someone, like that's, I don't know. Like if you have to double check something like that at that point, what's the point in using it?
yeah, and I mean like this I mean I think that's the thing is that people need to have like editorial skills,
Yeah.
right? You need to have like it means that you have to be able to engage in a degree of critical thinking that Americans are just not trained for, right? Like just like
Yeah.
that's something that you need to be taught like early on in your life. You know what I mean? Like um you need to learn that stuff while your brain is still developing. Um it's not something that like you can just jump into at like 35 and
Right.
all of a sudden like it without the
Well,
prerequisite critical thinking skills, you know what I
yeah. I
mean?
mean,
Like
like
and suddenly just know what to look for.
I think like a lot of it has to do with like self-awareness as well, like because as long as you
Yeah.
have like the wherewithal to know that you have biases and like you start to sort through like, oh, what is my bias when it comes to this or that issue, then you can start like more critically looking at things. But if you don't start from that perspective, then you're kind of fucked. And like no one can explain media literacy
Yeah.
to you
Well, and
because
it
you have no
also
sense of like, oh, like I'm like, self-awareness.
yeah, well, and then there's the psychological aspect of it as well too, right? Like
The
this is something
confirmation
that
bias.
Americans are really fucking terrible at is like admitting like, "Oh, I might be wrong about this." And like that's okay.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
It's like I
we
don't
live in a
have to know
culture that's
everything.
like it's not all right to be wrong. Like, dude, like you can fuck up and it's okay. Like
Yeah, like I
that's
would
a
rather
fine
know if I'm
thing.
fucking
And the
wrong
second you
than to
realize
just keep
that,
going and being like, no, I'm right, I'm
right,
right. It's like,
right, and like once you, if you get that like taught to you well enough, early enough on,
Mhm.
then you can actually start to do it on your own. You don't need somebody else to come along and tell you you might be wrong about this. You then have, and this is literally what critical thinking is it's saying like, oh, I might be wrong about this. Let me consider the other side of what I'm thinking of, and then see if that's more valid than what my like initial reaction or my initial impulse is.
Right.
Like being able to engage in that self-questioning, then find a balance. This is like dialectical thinking, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and
Without
that's
going straight
important
for
shit,
like
but we
the
don't
straw
teach
man
people to do
version of
that.
whatever someone else is saying. Like that's another thing too, is people go immediately for like, oh, so
Right.
you're saying that this then because you said this other thing. And a lot of times it's like that's
Right.
not how it is. But like a lot of times the things can be that way. And so that's what makes shit so fucking, tough. But the fact is facts
Yeah, no,
exist and
look,
you
it's
you
hard.
know,
It's hard because you have to sit with discomfort, dude. Like you have to like become like comfortable with being uncomfortable.
right.
And that's like that's really like that breaks people's brains.
Yeah.
Like it is a tough thing to do, but like unfortunately that's the fucking human condition.
Yep.
So like either get with the program and understand that everybody's in the same boat as you, or don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like and get ready to have like a whole like understand that your problems will get a lot worse if you don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fuck. Okay, so what was it? Where was it? So artificial intelligence rollout will depend on the quote discipline and interest of faculty and students. President Donald Burke said in the same email. The college has set its sights on the span of 2027 through 2030 for actual implementation. Some Keene State faculty members already use artificial intelligence for lesson planning, providing individualized feedback to students, and generating practice problems and study materials. AI handles the repetitive parts of intellectual work, which lets students and faculty spend more time on the parts that require judgment, creativity, and human reasoning. Like, I wish they would give specific examples more. You know what I mean? Like
It would help.
the
It would
like
help, but
I do
like
think it is an issue with like AI that like AI handles the repetitive parts of intellectual work. Like your brain is a muscle. You want to be able to flex that muscle in order so you don't lose the you know what I mean? Like if I don't know.
yeah, well, I mean like there's a thing that I've run into with carpentry. And that's that like it's one thing you can be taught how to do something correctly, right? And you can know it,
Right. But
but
until
you
you
can
do
still
it
fuck
over
it
and
up
over.
really easy because you have to get the repetitions in. You have to
Exactly.
do the reps.
And
And
that's
if you do
why
the reps wrong, then you internalize the wrong way to do it, and then you consistently do it wrong
right.
forever. And it's much harder to correct the problem. You have to like learn what it is correctly, and then you have to do the repetitions. Now,
Yeah.
like you know, like sure, like once you've hit a point where you've got the reps in,
Right.
right? Like,
Like
yeah,
if you
I'm
have
not
something
necessarily against
100%
having a
down,
tool that speeds up the process for
for
you.
sure.
Yeah,
But
because
as
at
like a
that
learning
point,
implement, like
doing the quality check is like if
yeah,
it happens faster. So
because
yes, in
yeah,
that sense, it can speed it up.
like if
But
you
what you're
already know what you're
talking about is
doing
you're
and you can just
talking about
eyeball
like
it and go
a
down a
fucking
road.
ubermensch of a worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh my god. Fuck. Where was this? Yeah, I don't know. This just seems like a lot of platitudes of like this will, revolutionize this and that, and will leverage staff capacity, tailor correspond. Like, okay, like There's nothing really specific in what ways they're going to be doing this, I think, but it's probably more of what you said, I'm guessing. I'm hoping this isn't just a replacement for,
Yeah, well, I mean,
learning how to do things.
I
As long
think,
as it's like a supplemental thing, like,
and I mean,
okay,
I
you've
think
learned it, now you can.
something else I want people to like keep in mind when you're reading, like, especially like if you're reading news articles in the state of New Hampshire, this is something that's like really important. Um, these news staff are like very limited. There's a lot going on,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to do truly deep investigative journalism is not something that these newsrooms have the money to pay people to do, right? So a lot of the news stories themselves get like they have to happen quickly, and they have to, and that's fine, like in a sense that they need to happen at a rapid pace. But what you're getting is you're getting this very surface level thing that these people are also sort of like already primed to lean on pre-existing rhetoric that exists within the cultural zeitgeist to communicate what's happening. So you're only getting skin deep on the issue, and it's likely very well informed by whatever the cultural norm of discussing something like AI is.
Mm-hmm.
So to your point about like I wish they would provide an example, it's like they're not even thinking about that,
Right.
because that would imply that there's actual investigative journalism that's deeply questioning what's going on. And this is what we mean by like the death of local media and the death of local news, is that you're getting this very like tertiary tangential read on what's happening, where like you're barely like tapping the surface of the problem, and then the newsroom has to move on to the next issue because there's way too much happening and we're all just drinking out of a fucking fire hose all the time. So like,
Yeah.
and you just like, in order to pay somebody to sink like weeks and weeks into a story, is like the money doesn't exist to do that. You know what I
Son of a-
mean?
There we go. Yep. Oh no, did I just break it? No full screen. That's what the thing was. All right. But yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying there. Oh, jeez.
But I mean, this is media literacy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I need. I need people to be able to fucking think through the news when they consume it, because if you don't, then you're just like you're setting yourself up for the same fucking problems. Like
Yeah.
the problems that you yourself want to avoid. You're still they're still keeping you in the box. So you get it, and it's not that it's not necessarily true. It's just that there's always more that you're not seeing. You always have to ask yourself, well, what am I not being told right now? And you
Right.
have to try and figure that out, and that's the hard part.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, okay, well, like, all right, let me just fucking search for this and find some more examples and like see if I can find out what exactly the fuck they're talking about. Like, what are the references on this? What are we,
Right.
But I think we're gonna move on to this thing that happened yesterday in Manchester. I don't know if you had seen that. Police were called out
Yeah, dude.
to.
And brother, let me say this right quick. I don't want to hear a fucking even single iota of people bitching about the left not talking about crime, because we are about to right goddamn now.
Yeah, exactly. So this was a call out to, I believe the initial call was for like a domestic situation, and luckily somebody happened to be nearby that started recording when they noticed something was going down, like that was weird with the cops over there. I actually spoke to them, the person that took the video earlier, and they,
Nice.
yeah, they. I asked if they wanted the credit for them at getting or the post for it, but they did not, because there's been a flood of people that have been saying some horrible shit to them because they
I'm not surprised.
yeah. But here's the video, and just so you know, the first half of it is muted just because there's music playing, but the second half I put the audio back in because you have to hear what the fuck is going on. They're like, it's nuts. So he's already got this guy on the ground. Already cuffed, pulls his arms up, steps straight into the flat of his back.
Okay, but what is that?
Right there. Like, what was the purpose of that? Like, you already got the guy on the ground, face down, cuffed.
Does this guy think he's in American History X? Like, what's going on here?
Which is, you know, a thing
why
that
would
they're
you
not.
stomp on somebody's spine like that?
Yeah. Fucking ridiculous. But, you know, that guy, you know, starts rolling around in pain. So, you know, he has to get back on top of him to subdue him because now he's not, you know, complying. Like, at this point, there's no reason to not, like, pick this dude up and take him to the car. Like, look how much bigger this guy is than this other dude. He's already on the ground, already fucking not moving.
Right, like, brother, if you are struggling, you know what a really, really safe confined space is? The back of the fucking cruiser.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
okay, now it looks like he's putting his knee into his back right here. Yep, which is also, you know, illegal to do because that, you know, also blocks the airways in the same way that a chokehold will. Just got to put that out there. And also, I've heard that this guy that they have on the ground also, like, has some mental issues, and he's clearly going through some shit right here. And regardless of the crime that he may or may not have committed, like, this does not mean that the police get to just do, like, whatever they want to the person. Like, okay, now they're punching him. Because the guy was just, yeah, because the guy was flailing his legs a little bit because, you know, he has two fucking grown-ass men sitting on top of him. So he's like flailing his legs like, ah, God. So, you know, they start punching him apparently in the ass and fucking head.
Stop fucking fighting! Stop!
Like, does that look like fighting that like these guys couldn't handle without fucking punching this guy repeatedly? But yeah, there's that video.
yeah, just like, sometimes I just like, I don't even know what to fucking say, dude. Like, you can't do that. Yeah, fucking catch him.
Yeah, apparently the name of that officer from the beginning was Catch'em. The person that posted the video also posted this, and I thought it'd be good to share. Hold on, I can't read that all the way.
Yeah, fucking dude, this guy needs to get cooked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they both of them should be fired.
Like,
this guy too that came up and started fucking sat down on the guy and started punching him as well with this guy. Like, there's no reason for either of these people to be fucking punching this dude that's on the ground. Like, so nuts.
Like, the man is cuffed.
Like, he's down. You caught him. Like, what? Why do they have him on the ground still? Like, like you got him
Like,
cuffed.
just
Put him in
chill.
the
Like,
fucking
just
car.
chill. Like, that guy weighs 1/4 of these two dudes. Like, one of these dudes. Like, he weighs
Literally.
1/4 of one of these two dudes, soaking wet. Like,
Yeah.
just put him on his feet. Put him in the cruiser. If he's really out of control, like, let's, like, okay, you said he has mental health concerns, right?
Yeah.
Let's set that aside for a second. Let's assume he's like literally hopped up on methamphetamine. If he's gonna hurt himself, let him do it to himself in the vehicle, right? Like, that
Yeah.
absolves you of any responsibility in that situation. And like, this doesn't even touch on the fact that it's like, whether it's mental health problems or drug problems, that's something that needs to be dealt with from a health perspective.
Yeah.
You don't use violence, you don't use authoritarian violence to manage that. That's not how
Well,
that's
and
that's not the best way to do it. Never mind the fact that they're on somebody's fucking yard.
Yeah,
They're like
literally.
literally at somebody's house. Like, dude, I feel bad about the poor fucking. There's probably like some old lady that lives in that fucking house.
Right.
And she's like,
Well,
oh no,
this
why are
is
there
just
cops just beating a man up on my yard? Like,
yeah. I mean, this is the systemic
what
problem
what
with
are we
like
doing, dude?
the whole conservative way of thinking, like, is like, yes, like, authority good, vengeance good. Like, if you like, if I am the authority figure and you are disobeying me as the authority figure, then I need to punish you and teach you a lesson for trespassing against me. And that's like how a lot of people's mentality is, like, especially when you hear like the whole
But don't you dare turn that around though. Like, if you try to come at me and use your authority on me,
right.
that's not all right. That's unethical.
Yes, exactly. It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's just a broken way of looking at things, right? Like, it's completely like unprincipled.
For sure. So this was the statement that they put out yesterday, and then we have another one from today that was put out. On 5/6/2026 at approximately 8:31 a.m., the Manchester Police Department responded to an address on Bruce Road for reported domestic violence incident involving an adult son strangling his elderly father. Okay, so upon police arrival, Gary Miller, 57 years of age, emerged from a front door without provocation, attacked the responding officer. During an altercation, Mr. Miller was combative even while in handcuffs and required an additional use of leg restraints and a spit hood. Mr. Miller was placed under arrest and charged with second-degree assault, resisting arrest, and simple assault. So yeah, they said that even
Well,
when he
so
was
but that's
handcuffed,
like that truncates so much information, right? Like, that leaves out, it's like, okay, well, define combative. It's like, well, why is the dude combative? I don't know. Maybe
right?
it's because the cop stomped on his spine.
Yeah,
Like,
would you just be able to sit there and not like wriggle around while someone's kicking your ass? Like that's the whole thing. You see half of these videos of like the police doing some shit like that, and they're like stop resisting, and it's like I can't. You're hitting me. And I like what am I supposed to not cover my head while you're punching me? Like, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. It's ridiculous. It's like the human body has a
yeah,
reflex to try
I
to
don't.
protect itself from harm. So if you're flailing around while you're getting your ass kicked, then that's kind of like a normal human thing. And it's kind of impossible to expect people not to like do
Right.
that.
Right. Like, that's you're like asking somebody to completely subvert their like hardwired animal instinct to like avoid pain.
Literally, it's like crazy. So
What are
here's
you
their
like, yeah, but that's wrong.
hmm so their updated statement from today. Officer on leave. A Manchester police officer has been placed on administrative leave after an incident on Bruce Road that was partially captured on cell phone video and later shared on social media. So that's really the part. Thank God for people like NH Proletariat there. She was in the comments earlier. She's the one who I saw that video from, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people sharing on
Yeah.
social media was the reason that this guy is on leave right now, or else he'd be just out there doing his job, whatever he thinks that is. The video raised concerns about the Public Integrity Unit, a specialized division within the Criminal Justice Bureau of the New Hampshire Attorney General's office is looking further into the incident. All right. We'll see if this PIU is gonna get anything resolved here. So is that like an internal affairs thing? It must be, right? Public Integrity Unit.
I'm
I've never heard of that
guessing some
one.
kind of
I
like
have never.
oversight committee.
Yeah. I wonder how public they are about their investigations.
I mean, if it's a government organization, they should be subject to 91A. So you should be able to get all their documents. You have to file a request for it, but it should be obtainable.
Okay. So as the review takes place, Officer Justin Ketchum will remain on leave. The incident on Wednesday. Okay, so this is their redescription. Began on Wednesday at approximately 8:30 a.m. when Manchester police responded to a reported domestic violence call involving allegations that an adult son had strangled their elderly father. When Officer Ketchum arrived at the residence, a struggle occurred between 57-year-old Gary Miller and the officer. Miller resisted arrest and additional restraints, including leg restraints and a spit hood, were used. Like, what the fuck is a spit hood? That's
Notice
sketchy.
they pulled the mention of being combative out of this
combative
statement.
when he was in cuffs.
Right.
Miller was arrested and charged with second-degree assault, resisting arrest, and simple assault. Because the incident remains under review, no further information is being released at this time. All right. So that is their official from position from yesterday to today on that. WMUR did actually post the video, which I'm surprised about. But apparently they posted the whole video with just this information at the bottom of the screen, and then they posted another thing about it where they talked to the police chief. So this right here is just on their page. It's just literally that whole video like played out. Which, I mean, good for them, because I literally earlier commented on somebody's thing. I was like, there's no way they're going to fucking show it or talk about it, or it's going to be like a 1 minute long, like, earlier today an incident happened and then police said that this happened, like, the end. You know what I mean? Like they usually do. But like, I'm glad that they actually like posted the video, honestly. Was not expecting much from them. But they also, this is on their Facebook, I believe, where they actually talk to the police chief.
Down before another officer arrives to assist him. The police department says that the Attorney General's office found parts of this arrest concerning, so they are now reviewing this incident. Police Chief Mars says the review could take a while.
Each and every incident is treated accordingly, so there's not a cookie cutter response to every single incident. In this instance, with the Attorney General's office reviewing the case, best course of action was to put him out on administrative leave.
Now, meanwhile, that suspect facing a judge today, pleading not guilty to second-degree assault, simple assault, and resisting arrest. As the judge began reading the charges to Miller, Miller appeared combative, claiming what had happened at the home was exaggerated. Tensions got high. Take a listen.
All right. So, Mr. Miller, I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah, this guy does, like, judging, first of all, from his face alone, it looks like he has some issues going on here. And is it paid leave? Yeah, administrative leave does mean that it's paid leave.
Yeah. He's still getting money. He's getting money to sit around in his house and fucking
paid
watch
vacation.
Netflix.
Yeah.
And drink beer.
I did not know. I simply pushed him because he pushed me. He screamed at me, "Get out of here, you!" He pushed me first. He pushed me first. I pushed back.
Now,
okay, that's kind of... I don't know if I like the judge, like, laughing at this guy's face while he's trying to talk to him. but at least he's not being like, get out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of torn on that. That was a little weird. Like, is he just giving him the chance, do you think, and trying not to? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's like, look, dude, if the guy's got like
Like,
mental health problems, if he's like you don't know what the dude's precursor situation was to like lead up to any of this, and he's like an old guy. So this is why there's an argument for like trained conflict resolution people that have
right.
like a history of psychology and sociology and whatever to get into a situation where it's like you walk into the room, you have a quiet chilled out conversation with the dude, you let him vent his frustrations, his expressions, you let that out, and you sit there and you be a calm force that allows him to like just have like, I mean, I don't like using this term, but like you give him a safe space
Right.
to be able to like vent his frustrations without any kind of repercussion, so that he can like get the emotional side of what's going on out of his system, so that you can sort of like lower the cortisol levels and let the dude actually tell his story to a point where it's more coherent. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, but people want to be treated like people. So you have to provide that opportunity first. And it's like, well, if you just fucking booked him and you shoved him in a cell and then yanked him out and you never sent anybody in to help mediate that situation or like take the temperature down, then like, yeah, of course he's gonna act like this in the middle of a fucking courtroom. And that's gonna color his judgment. And this is like the ways in which the justice system is completely fucking broken. You know what I mean? That it's like it's
Yeah.
always punitive. There's no like trying to meet the person on the grounds that they're at. And like that's tough work because you're talking about people that have really been through it and maybe have like very
Mhm.
little to no self-control whatsoever. And like, but that's not you like you don't, again, you don't know their backstory. So you don't know
Yeah.
what led up to that point. So you gotta be sensitive to that. You gotta do a lot more listening than any of these people are capable of doing.
For sure.
By the way,
Me
I sent you a
first.
picture
He
of a
pushed
spit
me
hood.
Oh.
first. I pushed back.
Now, Officer Ketchum will remain on leave for the duration of this review. Miller's due back in court next week. Reporting live in Manchester, Jackson Stover, WMUR News 9. Yeah, the chief says Officer Justin Ketchum is on administrative leave tonight after an arrest he made yesterday was recorded and then posted on social media. We want to show you that video now. This was taken by a passerby at a home on Bruce Road.
Yeah, we saw that. It's just replaying. Let me get that. Okay, yep. Yeah, so they so basically bagging somebody's head so they can't spit at
Yeah,
them.
it's like a mesh bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least it's not a black one, you know.
Oh, they make black ones.
Oh, so they do just
They do
literally
make black
black bag
ones.
people still. That's good.
Yeah, it's like and the part that goes over your face is maybe like less breathable.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like than the part that goes over your eyes. So that's lovely.
Yeah, that's what we like to see. You know, to handle our mentally ill population. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
But yeah, this also might have to do a little something with this. You know, New Hampshire Police Department described qualified immunity as a unique benefit in a job listing. Like, hey guys, you can get away with crimes if you're, you know, if you come join the police department. Qualified immunity, come on, unique benefit. A recruitment post from the Manchester Police Department in New Hampshire listed qualified immunity as a unique benefit, quote, in call for entry-level and certified applicants. Located less than an hour from Boston, Manchester enjoys proximity to great schools and attractions, the beach, and the White Mountains. The department offers many opportunities to advance and additional unique benefits, including qualified immunity. Click the link and apply now. But yeah, maybe don't advertise that you can get away with breaking the law in order to attract entry-level positions into the police force. Just a thought. Apparently, hours after that
Just
was posted, it was taken
that's
down.
like, yeah, let's just say the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
Let's just go for it. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
47, baby. We're
So good.
under the regime.
Yeah. Well, so what is qualified immunity anyway? Let's see. This is from leb.fbi.gov. Well, law enforcement officers recognize the inherent risks of their occupation. They should be comforted by the description given by the Supreme Court as to the effect of qualified immunity doctrine on one of those inherent risks, that is, of being sued civilly. In Harlow versus Fitzgerald, the court explained that government officials performing discretionary functions generally are shielded from liability for civil damages insofar as their conduct does not violate clearly established statutory or constitutional rights of a reasonable person would have known. And that's kind of the problem there. That gives them a lot of leeway, because what is a reasonable person? Like, what should a reasonable person know? Like, what, that, like, the police are not required to know the law in order to be law enforcement. So, like, how do you like deal with that,
Dude, how many cops aren't reasonable people? What the fuck are we talking about?
Literally.
This is the thing. This is the thing about like a lot of law stuff, is that the language is so fungible that like being a lawyer is basically being a professional debate lord,
Yeah.
right? Like the whole point of law is
Literally.
it's not what's true, it's what you can prove
Yep.
beyond a reasonable doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it is the most, it is so like tied up in semantics, and like being able to argue a case to a person that like as if somehow there's some sense of true objectivity. There is no such thing. So you're always in a situation where you're balancing like the subjective viewpoints of cumulative experience of individuals and whatever inherent biases are created from that, right? And that's how you end up with like the Supreme Court being like stacked with a whole bunch of people that are like ideologically underpinned by like a history of conservative thought, that then go and repeal shit like the Voting Rights Act. Like they dismantle the Voting Rights Act, or they get rid of Roe v. Wade or whatever, right? Like there's all this stuff that is just like there's nothing. The only thing that can be truly established is when you say in very plain, explicit language. You have to be able to like blanket things and saying like reasonable person. It's like you need to define that term in clear, explicit manners. Otherwise, it's pointless.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
literally
Like
means nothing. Like
the same.
it's the case by case basis on what one person thinks is reasonable versus another, and we can see that right now with like how divided the fucking politics are right now. Like, what do you like? Are you kidding me? Like, what do you think someone on Fox News versus someone on the MS Now thinks is reasonable? Like, that's like
Right,
just the
right,
mainstream
right.
like
It's
sources
completely
don't agree with
subjective.
each other, not let alone like the wider spectrum of like political thought out there, like, or just people's own like philosophies in general. That's it's just like not a thing that you can quantify, like the reasonability of like a person's position.
Right. Well, and there's like also just like a certain amount of like moral unanimity, right? Like that's like what ends up being the sort of great equalizer in this situation. And as much as people don't want to fucking admit this, what comes down to being the morally unanimous position, or as it's dictated, a lot of religion is what underpins all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of religious principles are the thing that actually sort of like is the foundation for that. And so at that point it's like, okay, well, if I want to like make that assertion, right, if I want to like use that as a ground basis, then you can't just take one particular religious doctrine and use that as the underpinning for it. You have to equalize all of the religious underpinnings that pre-existed. You're talking about something that occurred thousands of years ago, right? That's like that's how deep this goes, because nothing exists in a vacuum, right? Like it's not like history started in the fucking 1980s or the 1830s, or like there's always something that happened before that, right? So everything builds off of everything else. And it's like, if you actually want to get even close to what would be considered like unbiased or unanimous, you have to examine on a global scale, right? Like I really do mean that. You have to think about it globally,
Right.
because it's not like Christianity started in the United States. That was
Yeah.
imported.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy how much
Like
people have the idea of Republican Jesus in their
so
heads.
right, and it's like that's what happened was that there was a very specific division of time where it said like, no, like we're not going to think about anything that pre-existed before this, as if ideas didn't slowly form and develop over time. So like if you don't accept the fact that that's how shit works, then you run into serious problems. And if you want to create like what is like a sort of good moral underpinning to something, right? And then you have to examine all of the religious doctrines that have existed within the entire framework of the history of humankind. So that means you have to provide equal weight to, not just the Abrahamic religions like Judaism or Islam or Christianity, which have a lot more in common than they don't. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's all based
they
off
all
the
literally are
same.
based off of the same fucking God.
Yeah.
You also have to examine like Eastern religions as well, because that is just as informative. Right? Like it's that you have to consider Taoism, you have to consider Buddhism, you have to like all of these other things that exist, and you have to look at them as a broad spectrum, and you have to determine like, all right, what did humanity land on, despite all of the disparity between all of these different religious underpinnings? What did humanity decide were values that we considered to be like morally correct?
Right.
You
That's
know what I mean? Like,
and
and then you
I
build
think
from
that's
there.
basically like secular
And so,
humanism, right? Just like what is the
right,
overall like best
exactly.
thing for like the whole of humanity? Like from the very simple like oh I don't want to be killed, therefore we should probably not kill each other. Like to more complicated
Right,
issues.
right. And then and that also, you also have to incorporate philosophy into that, which is not religious, but is an attempt to examine like intellectually the and all of these different moralistic underpinnings, right? And that's centuries of like
Yeah.
like millennia of debate that occurred between people. You're
Hmm.
talking about going back to like fucking Socrates and
Yeah.
Plato, and like like this shit has a lot of roots. And if you're detached from that, if you just fucking zoned out because you were stoned when you went to fucking history class, then like you missed it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you were too busy thinking about the hot chick in the fucking desk 2 seats back. You know what I mean? Like, you tuned out. So you missed the opportunity to engage in the critical thinking necessary in order to actually participate as a full-blown fucking human being in society. And that's nobody's fault but your own.
Hmm.
So like, and so to come in later in the game and be like, you know what, I'm right. I'm right because I went to church every Sunday for, it's like, yeah, but you got like maybe like 0.5% of what's happening from that. And now you're trying to say that it's like it's
Like
ubiquity, as if it's the word
yes,
of
I know
God that came
this
down
is
and was
how.
dictated to everybody. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Right. Like, oh, I know exactly how the world works. Like my church told me like this is how it is, and therefore that's how it is, and I will look no further.
Right. Right. And this is and the effort of the effort to say like there needs to be
Waste
a
of
clear
time.
distinction between church and state is like that was like something that our founders literally were like, yeah, we need to avoid this.
But yeah.
And yet here we are trying to be like, oh, well, America is a Christian nation. It's like, just because there's a whole bunch of Christians that live in this country does not mean that it is a Christian nation. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Like that's anti-constitutional.
Yeah, I fucking
Like,
hate it when they do that. Like,
so
this
I
is
would,
as we all know, this is a Christian nation, blah blah blah, and they'll use things like, oh well, we have the
it's like, no,
statues
the
of the
founders
Ten
were actually
Commandments.
very
And it's like, oh,
specific.
where did those statues of the Ten Commandments come from? When did all these Confederate statues get erected? What year? Around what time were those things put up? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but it wasn't at the time of the fucking Civil War when they put those statues up. You know what I mean?
Well, and in fact, America, like the colonial project that is America, was built off of a notion of being against a certain formulation of the word of God, which dictated a king.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Right? Like this is madness. It
Which
was
is why,
you're talking
the,
about like
the church and England back in the day were like so, intertwined.
right. So it's like this is what I mean. He's like, nothing exists in a vacuum. So you have to like, and this is just like, oh, I just want folks to like, please, for the love of God, ironically that I'm using that particular turn of phrase, like try and broaden your frame a little bit, like, and
Like
it's okay. It's not going to
you.
hurt you.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah,
learning about
this
other
isn't gonna,
perspectives doesn't make you that thing. That's another thing that these people do.
right.
Like, well, if you let a kid read about like trans people existing, then they might think that they're trans and it'll make them do that. And it's like, well, no, people learn things that can also maybe help like inform them about something about themselves that they have been wondering about and being like, oh, nothing that I've heard so far makes any sense to me, but like, oh wow, this thing just clicks in my head now that I fucking, read, like, oh, this perspective is like getting me to think in a different way. I don't know,
Right. Well, but also the other counterpoint to that is, it's like, dude, like, is your worldview so fragile that even the slightest exposure to a dissenting opinion it causes it to break? Like, isn't that something that maybe you should be like asking yourself? Like, why is what I believe so vulnerable to a point where like all these kids can go like just open social media and all of a sudden they disagree with it? Like, maybe that says more about your side of things than it does about theirs.
right? It's like, whoa, hold on now, don't question anything or this whole thing will fall apart. Please, just don't even, there's nothing out there, just don't listen.
Right.
Like, yeah,
Don't look up.
yeah, don't look up. Fucking great movie, by the way. Good stuff.
Yeah, Leo's character is a trash bag in it, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, we've been going for like 2.5 hours now, which is crazy because I was like looking at all these articles and the stuff that I had pulled, going like, there's no way this is gonna be long enough to fucking fill the thing, and I'm like, oh shit,
No,
we're
dude,
like
it'll
halfway
go.
through
It'll
now.
go.
We're halfway through the stuff I pulled. I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna get to all this today.
It's okay, dude. We ripped it. I still don't even know if I'm gonna be able to work tomorrow, so we're fine.
Oof. Oh, you got work tomorrow and
Still waiting
everything?
for a
Oh
text
shit.
from my crew.
Oh, well, if that's the case, you're fine. Then we'll just keep going, right? Like, how?
Yeah.
I don't know. What time do you think we should cut off at? What do you want to
Well,
say?
I do need to eat.
Yeah.
I do need to eat. I am starting to get hungry.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we could always cut it now and
but it's
come
okay. We'll be
back.
back next week.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. You know what? Actually, hold on. Before we go, let's do something a little fun so
Yeah,
we
let's
can
do it.
get
Please,
a
let's end on a
little
fucking good note.
brainwashing in a good way. Just take that brain of yours, take it out, give it a good rinse. Throw it through the rinse cycle.
We talked about a bunch of fucked up stuff tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
True. So here he is, the man himself, the guy we knew was a piece of shit the whole time, but now we have proof. Here's Rick Harrison's promo for the White House.
Okay, the best I could do is the golden age for small businesses.
Damn. The golden age of small businesses here.
I
Did
want
you
to
hear
see
that?
him. I want to see
Okay,
him
the best
appraise
I-
all of the gold spray painted Home Depot decorations in the oval.
Oh my god.
I want to see what he's what his best is for that
Like,
bullshit.
best offer for this chair, I'll give you like $5. Fucking guy, dude.
It's like, yeah, but Trump signed. Trump touched it.
Oh.
It sat in the
Oh,
Trump
well, in
Oval
that
Office, so
case-
that increases the value.
In that case, I'll give you $3. You know, this guy's signature is all over like a lot of things. You know, he's still alive at the moment. You know, like I could see that playing out.
Stupid,
Like,
dude. Oh my god.
like this.
Yeah, he's cooked. Like, dude, reality TV fucked us so bad.
Mm-hmm. So, in other news, Japanese scientists create a soft robotic tongue that feels eerily real and has several different real-world uses. What I want to know is, did the person writing this headline feel the tongue? They said it feels
I mean,
eerily
dude,
real.
If it's coming out of Japan, I think we know exactly what the number 1, 2, and 3 uses are.
Several
Like, what are we
different
talking about,
real
dude?
world uses, okay? Several. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know exactly how that's getting used.
Look at it go. Look at it go. See that shit?
Bro, how are we not
Take
banned
notes,
for
kids.
this?
Take
how
notes.
are we not banned for having this content on the fucking screen?
Yeah. It's like, oh, sorry, this is pulled down. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it mimics the sensation of a real tongue. It has potential applications in therapy, elderly care, and robotic pets. I'm sorry, but
What?
I don't know about you, but when I go to a therapist, I don't expect to be licked by a robot tongue.
Yeah, that's not on my list of shit I'm trying to do in therapy, bro.
The elderly care, like I could see that. I mean, you know, old ladies are people too. Robotic pets, I mean, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. Like,
oh my god, hold on. Researchers are also exploring its use in food handling automation and bio-inspired robots where gentle adaptive movement is required. Okay.
yes, because I want all of my food pre-licked by a robot. What the fuck?
Like what? Hold on, they're gonna use this to figure out.
No, you have to elaborate. You have to explain that to me. Like to your point earlier, like no, like that's idiot journalism. You have to fucking explain that. What do you mean?
For example, like wait a minute. Like okay, but specifically, you're dancing around the issue here. What is this? What is this for? Come on.
Everybody knows that's just a development for robo girlfriends.
Yeah.
Like this is just another incel innovation.
Yeah. Or a femcel one, you know, maybe, what if you got a turf lesbian
too,
you could be in tech, you know, you never know.
We are dude, this is how we are going to go extinct. This is what is going to kill the human race.
Yep.
It's not going to be nuclear war. It's going to be everybody just getting fucking obsessed with sex bots because they don't know how to fucking communicate or date anymore.
Dude, good friend of mine, TJ Kirk. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, the Amazing Atheist. Actually has a book about that coming out soon. It's called The Sex Bot Uprising. And
gosh.
he was like, well, by the time I get this book out, it's gonna be it's not gonna be science fiction. It's just gonna be a thing. It's like, oh, a book about sex robots. Okay, like what's fantastical about that? Like, it's like, well, good stuff. Oh man,
We made it, fam. The
the future is here.
Yeah, yeah. You thought 1980s sci-fi was going to be the promise of the future. No, 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 no. This is it's like that Spike Jonze movie, Her, but worse.
Exactly.
Great movie, by the way.
I
I
didn't
do I
see
do
that.
love that movie. It was a
I've
great
seen
film.
commercials. I've seen bits and pieces of like reviews of that. It looks like like a good movie, but not one that I feel like I would sit down and like enjoy and be like, oh yeah. Seems like you got to be in like a certain artsy mood to enjoy type movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a massive fan of Spike Jonze's work for like a long time. Like I remember like I there was a period of time when I was in college where it was like back in the days where DVDs were still a thing. And there was like there was this collection of work from like people that were doing like commercials and music videos and stuff like that. And then so they would have like selected works like or like collected works of, you know, people like Spike Jonze or Chris Cunningham. People, I mean, I don't know if I say Chris Cunningham, people probably don't know who I'm talking about. If you, I would recommend the music video for Only You by Portishead. Um, Really fucking cool music video. He also did the music video for Window Licker by Aphex Twin. Um, but Spike Jonze had another collection just like that, and there's a bunch of music videos that he did back in the day, like before he was doing Jackass stuff, before he like was a producer for Jackass. And like his work is really fucking good. Like Spike Jonze is a fantastic director, like really, really incredible director. And Her was kind of like his like opus. You know what I mean? Like that was like really like that was the one that was like went to the Oscars.
Oh, you know what
But
the fuck?
he's an amazing director, so I do recommend that movie.
Yeah, I think I had the other fucking dude, the other director. What the fuck is his name? Stuck in my head when you were saying that, and I had
Spike
them.
Lee.
Yes, I was like, wait, hold on, you're not talking about. I just okay. That
Spike Lee is also
makes
great.
more sense.
Spike Lee is
I was
also a
like, he
great
was in.
director.
He directed
But
Jackass. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Like, oh wait, oh no, no. I'm like, hold on, hold on. Like he went from like Boys in the Hood type shit to like that. Okay, no, all right, okay. Like, hold
no,
on.
Spike Jonze did that. There was a music video that he did. I think it was for Weezer, where it's like slow motion of a dude on fire just running. Like that's like the whole music video is they just lit this guy on fire and had him run in slow mo. The whole video. It really like this was like a period of time when like music videos were genuinely art. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there was a lot of like
Yeah, people don't give credit for
yeah.
music videos. Like a lot of fucking like innovative stuff has been done like through music videos, like that people use in like films now. Honestly,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the other movies Spike Jonze directed would be Being John Malkovich,
okay.
or Adaptation, or Where
Nicolas
the
Cage
Wild
one,
Things
right?
Are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I don't even know if I've seen
But
any
yeah,
of them, but I know of a few of
he's
them.
an amazing director.
I'm gonna have to check those movies out.
Yeah, he's great.
But have you seen this? Have you seen the mobs of
Oh
teens
my god, yeah, I did hear about this.
storming Scientology amid viral speedrunning trend? Get out of here, JD. But yeah, as a lot of people I'm sure know or maybe don't know, Scientology, notoriously super secretive cult. They're coming after us as we speak right now. They're ordering their goons to come after us right now. But yeah, they're super
We're
secretive.
cooked.
Even though there is a lot of info out there about them, basically, it's pretty insane. In the South Park episode they did about them was legitimately like did show a lot of what they believe in it. I just gotta say, I don't know if you've
Yep.
ever seen that. The whole like Lord Xenu, the
Yeah.
aliens in the volcano. Like, yeah, no, that's what they believe. Yeah, or they say they do.
Right.
But yeah, good stuff. Let's see. Let's check out some runs here. Scientology under siege.
We cannot get in the Scientology building, dog. They got that shit on lockdown. Oh my god. Yo, bro.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
For the last in or what? They locked these niggas.
Oh man, they locking arms in there. They ain't letting them through. Shit. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
This is one of those moments where I'm so grateful for the Zoomer brain rot. Like, it is incredibly hit or miss, but goddamn, sometimes they just knock it
so
into
good.
the fucking stratosphere.
Dude, they took our like Area 51 idea and just like applied it to something so much better, and I love it,
dude. Yeah, yeah. They reduced the scale, and it's like, it is that kind of shit is the funniest implementation that it's just like that's that they're on a separate tier than us.
So let's see how far the Jesus and Friends make it.
Just bum rushing.
Yeah.
Go.
The police have been called.
Hey, spray that shit!
Oh my god, what do they have? The fucking fire extinguisher? What are they gonna douse them in that? Like, get on out of here.
Spray chemicals all over those kids.
Beat it now. Yeah, come on. Like, what the fuck? Oh man, that's crazy. That's good stuff.
Doing it with your fucking Meta Ray-Bans on, like.
Oh my, right? Holy shit. Oh, those are a whole nother thing we gotta talk about sometime. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Next time.
So not good. Anyway, we had to leave on a fun note. But yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good note to end on.
For sure. So everybody that is watching, either currently or in the future, I see you. Now what you need to do is go down here and click every single one of those links down there in the description. Click all of those, and anyone that has the ability, anything that has the ability to subscribe or click like on, do all that. Sign up for the Patreons and the Buy Me a Coffees and all that. And yeah,
gotta hit it.
You gotta hit all those buttons.
Hit it. Oh, I do wanna plug one thing really quick before we go. I just want everybody to know, next interview dropping on my channel is kind of a big deal for everybody that's been hearing about the 3-3 tax plan for the state of New Hampshire. If you want to understand more about that, I am interviewing Andrew Valinsky and Cliff Below, the guys that wrote that shit.
Awesome.
And Andrew's been getting death threats from the libertarians.
I was gonna say, this is the one that they threatened to, murder people over. They're like, oh, you're totally allowed to kill someone if they dare to ask for a tax implementation plan. It's like kind of a weird thing to threaten to murder someone over, but all right, you do you, bro, I guess.
Right. So we're gonna do that a little bit. We're gonna talk about sort of. I'm gonna try and go in on it with them, and that way people can get a little bit more information, so it's not just them running around in people's living rooms and like community meetings and shit.
Right.
Get an actual source for people.
Yeah, for sure. That'll definitely be good. Everybody needs to fucking check that out when it drops. Do you know when that's gonna be? Sometime soon.
We're recording Saturday, so hopefully it'll be out this weekend.
Hell yeah. So everybody go check that out this weekend. And yeah, we'll catch
this
you
weekend. And yeah.
Next Thursday, right?
Catch you guys next Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Gonna be here. Later, squad.